What's up, everybody? It's episode, I should know this ahead of time, of the No Name Podcast. We'll just put it in post.
I don't know this right now, but I know episode.
I'm just gonna put a robot there. It's like da da da.
But also leave this because it's funnier.
Exactly.
Put it in as binary, so let the figure it out.
Yeah. So, as I was saying, welcome, and my name is Mrmoopsy. As you know me, the classic fuck up. And I am here with my fellow peeps. This is a classic episode. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, peeps.
It's your boy Cosmo Jazz here once again. Hoping you all are having a wonderful month as best you can this 2020.
Which sucks.
We are part of the boys here. My name is Baker, and I do things. I am by far the most charismatic person in this podcast. Not because I'm actually charismatic, but because I called it first and can't take it away from me now.
Shit.
Fair enough.
Didn't know we were asking for titles.
So I'm gonna add to the title. Eddie, the most charismatic one, and everybody else.
So there's the important one, which is how somehow me, and then there's the boys.
It's like, I'm just gonna take all the attention.
Alright.
Venom.
Then there's me, Venom. You haven't seen me for a while, but I've been busy with work, other study. But I was actually able to come to this podcast episode. Yay!
Alright, so with the introductions out of the way, if Mr. Cosmo Jazz could go ahead and introduce the topics for this episode.
Alright, we have the Revengers, really. Wow, they might as well be the Revengers. We have the Avengers review. We have Xbox versus PlayStation pricing. We have Madden having its lowest score yet, and honestly being the lowest score on Metacritic as far as I'm understanding it. And should Leffen be truly able to voice his opinion on Tekken 7? So, let's get into Avengers first. Now, one thing, I think I'm the only one really who's really like, well, outside of the beta, of course, who's like really played Avengers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. So, I'm going to try to basically explain the best as I can about all the stuff in the Avengers without going to a spoiler session unless we really need to get to there. Basically,
Hold on.
What's up?
Hold on, my friend. I would like to interject. Emergency meeting, right?
Alrighty.
Kamala sucks. All right, continue your review.
Alright.
Emergency meeting over.
Fair enough.
I would just like to say Kamala sucks. There we go.
And I guess we can start off with basically the way the game begins, which is the campaign story, unless you just go straight into multiplayer. Where you start off as Kid Kamala and you go through the days that is known as A-Day, where a lot of bad shit and stuff happens, and it eventually makes it so that the Avengers break up because they're deemed a threat to all humanity and everything of that sort. And then during A-Day, with the explosion that happened due to something called Terrigen? Something like that. It ends up creating what is known as Inhumans, which are basically X-Men, but not X-Men, if you really think about it.
Wouldn't it just be better to call them mutants?
It would, but in this aspect, technically it would, because they're not the Inhumans like they are in the comic books.
Because Inhumans is the DC term mutant. That's why they're called humans, and the ones in Marvel are mutants.
Well, like, the Inhumans, like they are in the comics, like, where mutants are basically, they're born with their powers and stuff, right? Inhumans are ones that are more, like, studied upon, and were created that way, and like a moon kind of thing, or something like that.
I remember Deadpool says that he's known as a mutated,
Yeah.
because he was, but then given power.
Yeah, technically he would be considered an Inhuman in that aspect, but we tend to put him with mutants. But in this side story, they're basically just big explosion, and now we have Inhumans. Uh, Kind of a weird way of doing it, but it is what it is. And Kamala, who we've already established apparently sucks, is one of these Inhumans. And you follow her journey as she is with this resistance group in order to get the Avengers back and figure out what exactly happened with A-Day, which you immediately figure at the beginning. Technically spoiler. I mean, it's not really if you think about it. Technically spoiler. She finds like a video that shows that Cap might have been technically betrayed and killed, and that leads her on her journey to find the Avengers to figure that out. And then as you go along, you meet Hulk, aka Bruce Banner, Iron Man, Thor, and everyone else throughout the Avengers until eventually they all come together to fight what is known as AIM, which is the tactical unit that is trying to cure the Inhumans, in quotes, led by a scientist named Dr. Charlton and another scientist named Monica, who, if you've seen the trailers, you know that Dr. Charlton is MODOK. And as they go along through that story arc, you see how he changes from Dr. Charlton into MODOK because of what happened during A-Day. And that's pretty much all I can really get to without going like super spoiler, I think. I will say the voice acting is fairly decent. Like they literally Moopsy had to literally tell me that the very first trailer they showed were the actually actors themselves. I didn't remember that. So if you saw that, you know that it's already an all-star cast, basically. That being said, I do think that I do have one problem with one of the actors, and that's Tony Stark's.
What? What's wrong with Nolan North?
He's too much like Deadpool. Way too much.
I could.
And honestly, like when you have him like talk in the normal cutscenes, it's okay, but he still has Deadpool-esque isms. But like when you have him fighting with you, and they're just like doing random banter and stuff, trying to be funny or whatever, 100% Deadpool, without a doubt. What else is there about the voice acting that was really this? There was something about Kamala's voice act. Oh, one thing that you can tell really off the bat is that they needed more time with that aspect as well, because there are times the voices don't link up with the lips, and it's like really bad. So they'll.
I think I've known cuts. It's like, isn't there points where like she talks and like her mouth is kind of like stuck?
Yes, and that happens often, especially if you're out of like the major cutscenes and they're just like talking as you're walking along or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like there's been a lot of times where Bruce will just literally sit there. And it's like he's telepathically telling Kamala, "Hey, we need to do this."
That's what I was about to say. It's like, no, but think about it, Joss. They have telepathic powers. That's why they can talk without moving their mouth.
And the funny thing is, I would say, when has Bruce ever had that? But at the same time, this is not supposed to be a part of the quote MCU Avengers. So as far as we know, these could be a new set of Avengers they just made up, and he can have that kind of thing. But there was something else. Oh yeah, one huge problem I have with the game it really didn't hit until nearing the end of the story, was frame rate. Frame rate is atrocious in this game. And it's not even just in the actual, like, playing the game itself. It's also in the cutscenes. And I really wish I was able to stream what happened. But in the last few cutscenes, it would get to the point where it would be standstill images, almost. Like a PowerPoint of watching a cutscene. And they would still be talking just normally. Just keep going, like nothing's wrong. But you would literally just be seeing an image, and that's it. and then it would go completely to a black screen, and then it would go to the next cutscene and it would act like it was just fine. As far as the gameplay goes, it's fun. It fun. At first, it was fun, but after, let's say, I want to say 75% of the story, it kind of got a bit repetitive. And I know, like, one of the things that people tend to bring up is, well, you didn't unlock all throughout the skill trees or whatnot, because there's 3 different skill trees you can go through. One being the normal one, the specialty, and the mastery. The thing is, the mastery is really only helping out the normal tree, and the specialty one is only supposed to kind of change up the normal tree. So what you get in the normal tree is really what you get, just modified versions of it. Now I will say though that all the Avengers play differently in some aspects as far as their powers goes, but then I ran into another bug where their powers would like drain over time, and you wouldn't be able to use them as much. So you were just stuck being generic fighting person dude, like in a Dynasty Warriors thing.
Nah, man. Dynasty Warriors had unique shit.
I mean, it did, but I mean, there was a lot of slashing too.
It was mainly hack and slash.
Yeah, that's what I was like more getting at.
They were just hacking and slashing.
Yeah.
No, we can't.
Like, you would have the Muso powers, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine that game, but your Muso powers kept getting depleted to the point where you couldn't use them anymore.
Oh, nah.
That was Avengers sometimes when that bug happened.
Yeah.
I remember
Come across
like, I remember the base game, like, they would shake the camera so much, like, hero like Hulk would attack, and it would make some players nauseous.
Which,
like, oh god, like,
I will,
dizzy.
Motion sickness, yeah. Now, I would say that was a big problem in the beta. They have fixed that to the point where you can change the motion shake yourself from like, I think it's like from 1 to 10. And I have it down to like 2, and it's like perfectly fine now for me. But like, yeah, if you go anywhere past 5, it gets sickening. Especially if like you're turning the camera, it's like, oh my gosh, that hurts my eyes. Yeah, they did listen about that, which I will say, for a lot of the things I'm like probably gonna say that's negative, they are quote listening and trying to fix it. Although there are certain things I'm surprised that haven't been fixed yet, but that is what it is, I guess. What else was I gonna say about? And then like quote after you beat the game, the campaign, you have like quote in-game stuff, so grinding for things and whatnot. Now I will say that even though you've beaten the main story, there still are story elements to go through outside of that, in the multiplayer part of it. The thing is though, the multiplayer matchmaking, at least at this moment as I'm talking about it, is trash. Like, one thing that me and Lee, aka what's
Ghost.
Ghost Loki. Yeah, Ghost Loki the god. We ran into a problem in the beta where we would be in a team and we would try to get matchmaking with some randoms, and it would immediately kick him out. But the problem is that when it did that, it put the same random in both of our lobbies.
What the hell?
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
So if I'm understanding right, it would be you'd find like you'd pick up a random, you'd kick him out, and then he just get right back in.
He couldn't do that because for some reason our lobbies lobbies would be closed for some reason. Like, it would literally just kick him out, and we couldn't join each other again until we made a new lobby.
In the simplest form, a lobby machine broke.
Exactly.
That is dumb.
And it still hasn't been fixed yet. What was another thing that would happen?
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like the match or like the questing matchmaking system in Monster Hunter World.
A little bit. A little bit, yes, but not as bad.
Damn, that is bad shit.
But see, 'cause,
Oh
like,
my god, it's serious.
It's crazy. It's just that Monster Hunters isn't even that bad.
mm-hmm.
Like, it's manageable, but it still has like some pretty big flaws to it.
It's not. It ain't perfect by no means, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we can agree. Like that matchmaking system ain't perfect, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and I would like to think that Avengers, especially in the beta, you wouldn't be shitting on it as bad as you are if it worked.
Exactly.
Sure, it'd be like a little like a pain. And there's a difference between a pain in the ass and broken,
Mm-hmm.
if you ask me. And it was a broken pain in the ass. Like they combined the two together. That fusion hotted.
Exactly. Because the other thing I was gonna mention, which is the stupidest thing I think I've ever heard of, especially since you don't have a kick system in this game, is the reason why I kept running into a problem on stream where somebody would join and then nobody else would join, and there's a total of like you can have up to like 4 people playing at a time. And I'm kind of wondering to myself, why is this happening? And the reason for that is because the person that's joining you has to have matchmaking on. And if they don't have matchmaking on, then you can't join anybody else. They break the lobby.
What?
It's like I kind of understand the system in place, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the system in place is that if you don't want to play with other human beings, you turn your matchmaking off.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get into a lobby with somebody that has matchmaking on and somebody has matchmaking off, you can't matchmake, which is weird because you matchmade to get into the matchmade lobby.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, and that's how like that bit of confusion works.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just counteracted itself by accident.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like something that it's something that they probably had to overlook because they was getting rushed so damn hard.
Yeah, you can clearly tell there was a lot of rush job here.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one other thing about that matchmaking thing. Oh yeah, other than like the fact that you can't kick the person.
Mm-hmm.
Another problem that I ran into was that like they have a system where like you can have it so where voice chatting is off.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great because I mean I don't feel like talking to randoms anyway. But the thing is, at least at this moment, they could have changed this. Like in an upcoming patch coming up, you'll still be able to hear them. Just they're very quiet.
So it's just like it's not even a mute. It's more like let me just like turn you down, dog.
Exactly. It's just like, huh? Because I was wondering, I kept hearing this voice. It's like, okay, these are not the characters I'm hearing. Who's talking?
Did I suddenly become a paranoid schizophrenic? What the fuck's going on?
I know 2020 is crazy, but damn.
All of this from a AAA game.
Yeah, but who cares if it's a AAA game? People would still be talking about an indie game the same way if it was rushed.
Yes, they would. We've definitely seen that.
and I'm willing to bet. I'm definitely willing to bet that if this game wasn't rushed and had all the polish that they want to it, it'd probably be Game of the Year.
I don't agree with that.
Potentially, it'd be a candidate at the very least. Come on.
I would have to get into spoilers of why I don't believe that would be.
Oh, all right.
And from the way that like Jazz made it sound, like the core gameplay is a bit of an issue as well.
Yeah, because it's not just these things. The game itself has issues. But
which kind of to me sucks because I know that Square Enix, Crystal Dynamics, Marvel plans are gonna add more character story stuff. It's like hopefully maybe it'll fix the game some or do something.
Like what at least what I was thinking is that, but it might not, since because I know one of the things that Jess has mentioned is that this is supposed to be more of like a live service than like a straight up game.
Mm-hmm.
And and they want the game to do well. But if the game is like, for one thing, at the moment the game is mixed, like is mixed reviews. And if it sales don't meet up to expectation, there's a chance that Marvel might just be like, you know what, fuck it, let's just drop it and move on to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
God, infinite flashbacks.
Exactly, yeah. And I even understand it even better since I had just seen what happened on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that.
And another thing that going off into like what you said in the game year kind of thing, I think this whole grinding system is not fully thought out well, and because in order to give perspective on the listeners, I am at level 40 in power with 2 characters, Kamala Khan and Black Widow. And
Kamala.
Well, and the reason
you not
for
hear
that,
this man in the beginning?
there's a reason for that, to be honest. Which I have found some things about Kamala as I've played her that honestly, like, despite what you may think of her personality-wise, whatever,
Of course.
I think she actually might be one of the top Avengers to play right now.
No.
Who this man?
Hey,
Ooh.
I'm just saying off of my perspective of playing them. Because honestly, like, I mean, like, overall, like, there's definitely characters that have specialties. Like, I think Cap is probably the best fighter out of them all. And Black Widow is probably the most agile, of course, and all that stuff. And she's very fun to play to me. Probably one of the most fun.
Till Spider-Man.
Until Spider-Man, of course. Which will probably be, like, next year.
Your opinion is bad and you should feel bad.
But the thing about Kamala is she does the thing that a lot of like these kind of games really need, is that be the healer of the group.
No. God damn it, she's necessary.
Not if you have better DPS.
About Hulk.
What was this, a fighting game all of a sudden?
More like an MMO.
Kind of an MMO in a way.
Like MMO lightish.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's definitely like a really light role system involved.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like they don't say it's like it's an RPG, but they don't have like the usual RPG, or if it is there, it's not as in your face or necessary.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like yeah, you can play as Kamala, and yeah, Kamala has these healing abilities.
Mm-hmm. Which I find so interesting because she actually does something I didn't think would be a thing she could do. Which, like, you have, like, of course, the babysit missions. Oh, protect this person or whatever before they die, right?
Of course.
Her powers actually heal those people, too.
God damn it, she's meta.
That's what I was like, wow. I didn't see that coming.
God.
Does he have like a healing aura in the comics?
Not really. Like
Well, remember, like Josh's original, that this is a different universe, so
yeah.
maybe she got this ability. Maybe she's like the only version of Kamala that has this.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna say something controversial. Umbaku for Black Panther. There's different universe applies.
Different universe. Hey, there you go.
I feel like they'll probably Black.
He's probably.
There's a lot of theories going on right now. There's nothing official.
Yeah.
Well, there's only one official thing, and it's that they're gonna acknowledge what happened with Chadwick Boseman.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of have to though.
Yeah, but it's like because like everyone wants it. Like they want it to be like he was fucking perfect. Don't take this away.
Well, to be fair though, like here's something that there's probably going to be a reason why Chadwick Boseman or any of his likeness won't be in Avengers if Black Panther comes to the Avengers, and that's because none of the movie Avengers likeness is involved in.
Mm-hmm. Which I was actually going to get into that too.
Taking that into consideration, it's like, yeah, chances are, if they do, great. If they don't, I mean, you should have seen it coming. We ain't playing Persona 5.
Well, last thing I'll say before we get back on topic, before the whole dumb meme spirals out of control. I had heard from like my sister's boyfriend that apparently they had already filmed some stuff in for Black Panther 2.
Hmm.
So like there's a chance some of that footage might make it in to like whatever next Black Panther project comes up.
If that's the case, hopefully it could be some sort of passing of the torch. Then, if they do it right, I think they can get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too, but like you said, like they have to be able to do it right.
Well, I don't know if this country, but I don't want them doing the whole Bruce Lee thing where have a guy with Chadwick build and then just have a picture of Chadwick on the mirror so that his face
Oh,
could
fuck
match
that
his
part.
body.
Oh yeah, like they did
Just for, like,
in Independence Day 2 with Will Smith's character. Yeah, nah, don't do that.
No, not exactly, because what like I know what movie Venom's talking about. It was this one like movie where it was like a they called it like a Bruce Lee movie and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because Venom means this in the most literal fucking sense. It was a dude was sitting in like they were showing a bunch of like scenes from the Enter the Dragon
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning, and then they were cutting to like different like original scenes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a dude sitting on a chair, and literally on the mirror, they just took out like a cutout, a big cutout of Bruce Lee's head, and put like a little piece of tape on to hold it up in a mirror,
Mm-hmm.
and to try and make it look like the guy was like this one guy was talking to Bruce Lee.
That's kind of funny.
It was so you could see the tape, and it was so cheap.
That's a little funny. Oh, but before we go any further, is Venom cutting out for anybody else?
Yes.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
like cutting out
super
bad.
Check your connection, son.
Either that or your noise gate, because it's like cutting you out like really bad.
It might be watch something, but I paused to hopefully better.
You have to close it all together, otherwise it still downloads.
It
Mhm.
didn't.
Okay. All right, there we go.
Yeah, because this is getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
Can't be getting worse. And worse.
I mean, you think, but Comcast
Mm-hmm.
Okay, am I better now?
Much better.
at the moment, yeah.
All right.
Alright, where was I gonna go with that? Oh, the gear system. So, well, yeah, and the way they look. So, I think we can all remember the first time when we saw them, how we felt about the way these Avengers looked.
I remember how you guys were harping on them because for me, it's graphics are the things I care about the least.
Mm-hmm.
The only
I-
one I wanted them to change Thor. I thought Thor, like they changed Black Widow. She looked a lot better than in like the first trailer.
Oh, 10 out of
Of her?
10, 100%.
Yeah, but then like they just Thor the why he looks so bad.
Which he does definitely look better in this game. Like, especially the first time you see him after A-Day, he actually looks pretty good.
They look fat.
No. No, he did not. But you know who I think looks the worst out of all of them? It's Cap.
Oh, I think you were gonna say Iron Man.
Iron Man's a close second. But Cap is the one that really stands out to me as one of the worst.
Although to be fair for Stark, have a desired hair.
I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah, you cut out it way again.
I said that like at least to be fair with Stark, just have him in the Iron Man suit.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you don't have to see his ugly face.
Yeah, like I think that's probably the reason why I put him second. You don't always have to see Iron Man outside of the suit. You do have to for Tony, not Tony, Cap. He's just, especially if you put on his World War II costume, which I don't know if you've seen the memes, guys, but oof, like they made him straight up googly eyed.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, that was in the general chat.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean like, okay, like, but you have to like really work, look at it. Like I'm not just gonna be like, oh my god, the fact that I have to squint real hard and do a close up on him, his weird googly eyes, 0 out of 10.
But see, that's a problem in itself because of cutscenes. You have to see that.
God, it's in the cutscenes.
It's in the cutscene. That's what I'm saying. It's a problem when they emphasize it.
Oh, okay. Like if this was just gameplay, it's like I don't care, but you can actually see it in the cutscene. That's work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because everything's like done in engine, right?
Yes. Like outside of maybe a very few amount of cutscenes. Like there's this kind of slideshow stuff sometimes that happens. I guess it's supposed to be like their version of comic book panels. Take that as you will. Think it's lazy, think it's not, I don't know. But yeah, like most of the cutscenes are actual in-game. Which leads to some very funny glitches too. Like there was... I think my favorite glitch I've seen so far in a cutscene was when Thor was kind of like helping out everybody on the Chimera. And then out of nowhere, he just starts flying up and down. Like,
Oh, I remember that one. Or no, it might be the different one, the one where he was like basically like just going up and down super fast.
Oh no, that was something else. That was when I was just fighting around. It must be something that happens with Thor they need to fix because he just keeps doing it. Go wee.
You know what? I think I saw that. I think it was in the beginning level. He just like goes and like what the hell? Where did he go?
It was such a big moment too. Like you can't mess that up. It's just like where'd he go?
Looking at him like, where did he go, George? Where did he go?
Here I am.
Love him and hit him.
Oh, and I told Mrmoopsy this, and he's like, I don't think if you ever heard this criticism before, but it just was to me. We're like,
You cut out for me.
What's up?
You cut out for me. I missed that whole statement.
Oh, I was telling Mrmoopsy this last time I streamed, where I did a criticism that I don't think anybody's really ever said about something, but there is something about Hulk's hair that makes it too brown for the color of his skin that he has.
Yeah, the whole time I was just like, what the fuck?
Isn't he supposed to have black hair?
In some iterations, yes. Some iterations it is brown. I think in the recent it's brown.
Okay.
But different universe. But like it doesn't. It almost feels like a toupee. Almost, I feel like it shouldn't be there.
It just looks off.
Mm-hmm. Man. But outside of that, like especially if you look at the loading times, which oh my god, so long. Unless you have like a SSD kind of thing going. Like if you look at them in the loading time screens, they actually look pretty good for the most part.
And you ask yourself, why aren't they playing with these models?
I know, it's like, why does the man look like that?
Especially when it got to Black Widow, I was like, what the heck? What are these, like, hair physics? This is not in the game. What did y'all do?
Why am I playing with the Kmart versions?
It's like, Mom, can I play with these Avengers? You have Avengers at home, and then the Avengers at home.
Literally the game.
Only good looking thing about that is Black Widow.
That's what I mean. Like they spent more time fixing Black Widow than with everybody else.
And I think it's because she was so up front in the actual trailer they showed, and she looked straight up like a meth head.
Yeah, she didn't look the best.
Like everybody else was kind of like back. Like everybody had problems with all of them, but Black Widow was like right in front and center.
It's like Chun-Li and Infinite.
It really was. It's kind of weird.
And Marvel women get no breaks in these games.
Which is weird, because you'd think Marvel would, like, get on Crystal Dynamics' ass and just like, what the hell did you do to our character?
One thing I've heard though is that when it comes like I'm like when it comes to Marvel and like other projects, they're actually pretty detached. Like once they make the contract to tell people to do something, I think like they sent like just one rep to keep an eye on things, and then like they just fuck off and do something else.
Which is very true. That has been proven again. That was on what was that thing that got discontinued at Disney? It was kind of like Skylanders.
Disney Infinity. I think?
That's what it was. It
Yeah.
was basically same thing. They had like one rep, and then everything else was like, who cares?
Yeah, because I think I don't know. I don't think it was in the what happened, but like I like on occasion sometimes like because I watch Max's streams,
Mm-hmm.
and on occasion he has like when talking about the fact that Ono was leaving, sometimes Infinite would come up, and like stuff like details like that would happen, like where he said I think it was that's where I heard it from, that he said like that's how Marvel like runs things. It's like they'll leave a rep to keep an eye on things. If they're not pleased with it, they'll just fucking abandon it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is very, very true.
Which is
And-
like just really sad.
It's really sad, but I also feel like it's just wasting money.
I mean, it's Disney. I mean,
No, I know they got all the money. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like at some point, if they keep it up, it's gonna start to catch up to them.
No, not anytime soon though. But
Well, 2020 is kind of fucking them. I will say that.
Yeah, but
Well,
it's
they're
not
not.
fair to
I
say
would-
because 2020 is fucking everybody.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would say they're not Nintendo, where like Nintendo could fuck up for like 50 years and still be in a good spot in terms of money.
No, they couldn't.
Mm,
That's what I've heard. That's
Yeah,
how
you
good
heard
their
wrong.
that's how good their net worth is.
Well-
Disney's not too far off though. Like if you really look at who's above them, they're not that far off.
Plus, like Nintendo, like not just from like a fanboy, but just like trying to keep it like as objective as I can. Like they still do like pretty good moves in regards to like they do good moves in regards to their audience.
Sort of.
They
Like-
did just recently do something that was kind of weird.
Like I'm not gonna say like every move is perfect, but like for example, like I would say that letting Sakurai fucking get his picks into Smash, that's definitely a plus.
Well, except for the last character.
Yeah, that was a
Violet,
big miss.
I don't know who the hell thought that was a good one. Oh, fucking we forgot even Min Min fucking came out.
Mm,
Well, Min Min's okay. I don't mind Min Min. But the fact that he made another Fire Emblem character, a DLC character, it's like, why?
Yeah, I forget what he said in that direct. I forget if he said like the higher ups told him to fucking put her in or what. Like I know there was a reason.
Enough about that reason.
Yep. Point is, Disney, you're fucking up.
But,
Oh.
I think the last thing I wanted to hit on was gear before I go into anything spoilery. So like I said, I've hit 40 for like 2 characters, and I can definitely tell that the grind is really starting now. Because up to this point, I would probably play a mission, and then I'd probably get some power gear that levels me up about 2 to 3 levels at least. And now I'm barely getting up to maybe 1. So I have heard that you have to do like these things called iconic missions and villain sectors now in order to get like good gear. So we'll see about that as going forward. But right now, it's gone to a staggering halt for gear as far as leveling up your character, which I honestly feel like even though I've leveled them up, I don't feel any stronger almost. At least with Kamala. Black Widow, eh.
Obviously, because it's fucking Kamala, bro. Yeah.
But I think that's overall what I could really talk about without like going to super spoilery territory. So I think I can just give my score now, which I will say as a caveat, I'm putting this until I get through like the first set of DLCs going at least. it might change the score a little bit, but as of right now, it's at a solid 6 out of 10. And there was something else I was supposed to talk about the gear that I actually don't like, and I was actually talking to Moopsy about this because someone was trying to compare Avengers with Ghost of Tsushima.
What?
Yeah. And honestly, by doing this, it actually lowered my score.
What?
Because
I mean that's actually the next game I want to buy, and I honestly wish I bought that before I bought Avengers.
honestly, game is 9 out of 10, which I'll actually get into a little bit in the spoiler section of this game because of the reason this person brought it up. But like because they brought it up, my original score for this game was a 7 out of 10 actually, and then they brought something up. And it was like, nope, 6 out of 10. And that's because like the thing is the gear system, like other than like powering up your characters, is very lame. Like you don't see the gear you're getting, even though there's clearly designs for the gear you're getting in the pictures.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of like, why am I really grinding here? Like, because most gear that you get in a lot of like gear like games, they have designs and then they like make you look cool with your characters. Here, the only thing that's gonna make you, I guess, look quote cool are the costumes you have to buy and the challenge cards and the marketplace, which is a ridiculous monetization thing.
And that's one thing I wanted to talk about is that they really kind of just scraped the barrel in terms of costumes for the characters. It's like, really? That's all you have for them? Like, I know they're probably going to add more for DLC, but that's the thing, for DLC. Like, I would have loved it if they gave Cap, like, the Punisher outfit, Punisher Captain America outfit.
Or at least the color referencing it.
One thing I want to add, it's not just paid DLC, it's paid timed DLC.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I am glad that they gave Hulk his Mr. Fix-It costume.
Didn't you not like that, Moops?
No, I like that costume. I just think that overall the costumes were underwhelming.
Yeah, like I would have loved like is it World War Hulk?
Yeah.
No, Planet Hulk
yeah.
costume. And then like I don't know, give Black Widow her classic look, like with the long hair.
Well, she does have like something pretty close to it, or at least like close to enough to ScarJo.
Mm-hmm. It's close.
Which I mean, like that I feel like is kind of a problem because it's just like we want to be our own thing. Then why they keep referencing the movies?
And then Iron Man, I was surprised that like he had like so little different armors. Like I'm like, give him the Iron Patriot armor, or I don't know, War Machine.
I did find it well. I will get to that in the spoiler section actually. But like there was some weird stuff with Iron Man suits, like as far as you can get though. I was just thinking, yeah, this is kind of dull. Who else had like Kamala Khan was absolutely dull. I think she was the most dull out of all of them.
Oh my gosh, it was awful.
And I don't really read her comics, so I don't even know what outfit to give her that she's worn.
Yeah, to be honest, as a character as a whole, she's meh at best, even in comics.
That's what I said.
Not in so many words, but yeah.
But yeah, like I'm not expecting too much from her side of things, to be honest. Like to be honest, if it wasn't for the fact that outside of the fact she is probably one of the most useful Avengers, I probably would have stuck with Black Widow and maybe Captain America. The only reason I don't play Captain America too much is because I don't like the way he travels across the area. Like he's definitely the most limited out of all of them.
I thought you were gonna say like only reason I don't play Captain America is because you were gonna give him more shit about his face.
No, we'll leave that one alone.
His face.
Because yeah, he has a double jump and he can wall run and stuff, but that's very specific. When you got to go to places that are way higher up to get treasures and stuff. That's another thing I forgot to talk about. Getting certain things in certain areas is kind of dumb when you can't switch between characters. Like, for example, there are places where you have to smash through a wall And the only people who can do that are Kamala Khan and Hulk. So if you are any other character, good luck. And another thing I just ran into, which I didn't even think was a thing until, and I guess I only didn't think of it because I was always playing Black Widow, is there are some places you have to, like, I guess, hack into the terminal or whatever, or also say access denied, and only Black Widow can get into those places.
What?
Wait, so you mean super hacker Tony Stark can't get into them?
Nope. I tried it. I was
What?
I literally, because I was thinking, okay, maybe they have to put this in twos at least, because you have twos with the breaking of the thing, and twos with some other stuff. So let's just see what this happens. Nope, he can't get into those.
That's
What? Who? What? What?
And I think their quote reasoning for this is because,
Tony Stark's dumb.
well, actually I can't say that. That's a spoiler. Okay, I'll get to that in the spoiler section. But
I'm not hearing a no.
they kind of make reference to he's not as smart as he looks kind of things too in the story. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh fuck you! It's like, oh yeah, let me just make the super advanced hyper AI, and me not smart.
No, they better relate to that with his alcoholism.
He's too drunk to use the keyboard.
You know, actually, I don't even think he drinks alcohol at any time in this story.
At least in this timeline.
At least in this timeline.
He's barely an alcoholic in the MCU.
Yeah. But I don't think he does anything of that sort in this game. Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Which, I mean, like, given the story, he should absolutely be fucking sauced 24/7.
Yeah, especially what happens to him.
You just see him drinking like a red liquid, and Cap asks him like, "What are you drinking?" He's like, "Cranberry juice."
Cranberry juice.
He needs that fiber.
But yeah, overall 6 out of 10. I can't think of anything else I want to add before we get to like spoilery stuff. Is there anything y'all want to add?
Game is mid. And mid doesn't mean bad.
Mm-hmm.
Mid means it's like all right.
I can definitely see this game fun with friends.
Yeah.
We've had we've had that discussion before.
Exactly.
Like I'll just say this: when I was playing it, I just felt like it's fun to play, but it's boring
Not
to
fun
watch
to
other. But it's boring to watch other people play it.
And I can kind of agree with that to an extent.
Terrible spectator game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, think about it this way, right? How bad is the spectator experience for it? Would you rather watch somebody play through The Last of Us 2?
Oof.
With or without reactions.
Yeah. Let's put that in perspective.
With or without reactions?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, both? For both. Both with the reactions, which one would be better?
Because of in-game, the way it works, Last of Us 2.
Because a lot of people have played the story, I would say Last of Us 2.
And I'll tell you why. Because, like, there's still story beats after the, quote, campaign. But they're so far and in between, and you have to do some other so much grinding stuff to get to them, that it gets dull really fast before you can get back to those exciting moments.
Right.
But after that, oh god, Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2 is a different mess entirely.
It's so weird. I've gone through a roller coaster of games recently. I went from a really low The Last of Us 2 to a really high Ghost of Tsushima to a very mid Avengers.
Well, that means you're stabilizing.
I don't know if I like this. Playing my emotions.
Balance.
Yeah,
Is this
You
what
are the
Thanos
Avatar.
feels like?
that's true. That's truly unfortunate on like everything.
So this is what Thanos meant. That's all
You got a double-sided knife on your hands.
Now all I need is an Infinity Gauntlet. Just snap half the games out of existence. But no, I guess we can get into spoilery section now. So, when I went to like saying like MODOK is the big villain, he's actually pretty much the last boss of the main campaign, on top of something called a Kree Sentry. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, as cool as this quote Kree Sentry part was, I kept thinking to myself, how the hell did this thing get here?
They brought it in on a big spaceship, bro.
Yeah,
they don't
I feel
show
like there's
that.
I feel like there's context that's needed.
There's so much context that's needed, like because the thing they try to alert to it by saying that something happened on A-Day to pull the Chimera down and like make it so that it was gonna explode and destroy everything and kill millions of people. But they don't say what it is. They just know that something was happening because when you finally find Cap, who everybody thought was dead, like right before that, they showed that he smashed the thing to make the explosion to make the Inhumans in the first place. They were like, "What the hell? Why would you do that?" Yeah, like they literally show that right before you get to the part where you get to save him, which you technically don't know. You technically don't know you're saving him in quotes, but you know he's gonna be there. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he's on the fucking cover.
That's like the fact that he was the one who closed the door on Cap and not Tarleton.
Yeah, because like it literally looks like Charlton like was the one who betrayed Cap all this time, and then you get to this quote realization that no, it was Cap who destroyed the thing in the first place. So it's like, is Charlton really that much of a bad guy anymore? Like,
As opposed a really guilty bystander.
yeah, like it's so weird. And of course, like he explains that the whole thing on the ground, what was happening, pulling the Chimera down, was the reason he did it, so that it wouldn't create an even bigger explosion, killing basically everybody. But you still don't know what it is until that final boss fight, where MODOK pulls the thing up with like his little mind powers or whatever, and it's like, oh, this is a Kree Sentry, so that's the thing that it was there. Okay, how did it get there? Why is it here?
And there's gonna be people that are gonna be like, "What the hell is a Kree Sentry?"
Exactly. That's a whole nother thing itself.
And then the Kree Sentry is just like, "Hey, what's up?"
Really, it was like, "Hey, I'm here." So, yeah.
Oh god.
Huh? Like, who are you?
It's like,
It's like that wrestling meme with Vince McMahon, just like, "It's me! It was me the whole time!"
it really was kind of that moment.
Like the one New Yorker with the Spider-Man. Yo, who the fuck is this nigga?
Oh my gosh. Do a flip! That's literally like my reaction right there. I posted the pod topic. It's like, who?
So like, oh, who the hell is this asshole?
Because like I know of a lot of comic book stuff, but like I don't know everything, and so like I know of the Kree, but I don't know exactly what the hell's up with them. The only thing I know about them is that like they fight the Skrulls, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I know more about the Skrulls than I know about the Kree.
Well, the thing too is that like the Kree are bigger assholes than the Skrulls are. Like at least with the Skrulls, they'll tell you that they're gonna kill you. With the Kree, it's like they'll say they're your friend, but then when you least expect it, they'll stab you in the back.
And as someone that doesn't know the Kree, then well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're not great people. But like, and then like another section, because that section actually goes on to something I was saying in the beta. I would hope for like a lot more like big fights with like people like playing with friends and doing big fights like the way it was there, where everybody had to do something and it was like all teamwork and whatnot, which it really was in that aspect. But then it got to the point of your favorite character, Eddie, Kamala.
Oh god, he's dying again.
It gets to her point where like Hulk is fighting the Kree Sentry, and he's getting attacked and lasered, basically to the point where he's dying. So Kamala has to go and save him.
Ah,
And then she stops the Kree from basically smashing him and does her little like realization speech that's in every Marvel movie, pretty much at this point. And then
love was what we were missing all along.
it might as well have
Power
been
of
something like
friendship.
that. Like I think the word she says was the only one who has to prove you're a hero is yourself, something like those lines.
That's a fucking cornball.
It really was. And then she does the huge and biggin thing, but she gets huge, like right at the size of the Kree Sentry, because the Kree Sentry is huge, and they like start going at it. And I kept thinking to myself, okay, this reminds me a little bit of God of War. I hope they actually play it that way. Nope, nothing but God of War.
Oh.
And like, nope, they do nothing but QTEs that entire thing.
Oh, you mean like the final boss with Ares?
Yes.
That would have been cool.
Like I was thinking, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a huge, like, almost monster fight.
We can't have cool things in Marvel's Avengers, guys. I mean, who do you think they are?
They're not made of money.
cool
They're not
thing
made of awesome ideas.
involving come fucking.
God forbid we have her do something cool.
Should have been Ant-Man.
Let me get to Ant-Man, because he's in this game.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I didn't mean to do this to you.
What's up, Moops?
Because one thing I wanted to ask, because you know my thoughts on Kamala's superpowers.
Yes.
Can Mr. Fantastic also get giant like her?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I mean, that's technically stretching.
I don't think he ever gets that big, though. Like, I don't remember
'cause he
him in
can't-
ever. Yeah.
he can't stretch that much, or he can't stretch on his own.
Ah.
Because there's this one villain known as the Maker. He's
Mhm.
actually the
That's
Mister.
stretcher.
Yeah, he's the. Well, he's the main. He's the Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe that actually survived his universe being destroyed. But he's a supervillain now. And what he did was he stretched out his head so that he had more brain power, and then he put a helmet on it to keep his head that way. So when you look at his head, it's like very stretched out, and he wears like this like kind of cool looking helmet over it.
So he's basically like Mr. Fantastic MODOK?
Kinda.
Okay.
It's actually funny you said it, because when Kamala does this embiggen thing, like she does multiple times, a lot of the times she takes it too far and she ends up passing out. So that ends up literally happening at the end of the fight, by the way. She just passes out. And
That's why I was gonna say that's why I think Kamala's power and Mr. Fantastic powers are different. Because I don't think she stretches. I think she uses like energy to help make herself
Expand.
bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but like the way I've seen her use it just reminds me of Mr. Fantastic stretching.
Oh yeah, like
Oh yeah.
like literally on surface level, they're practically the same.
Okay.
But back to Ant-Man. So, like you said, you would think it probably would have been Ant-Man who did it, right? So they go out of their way to explain why Ant-Man probably won't be a playable character in this game.
He's too busy beating his wife.
Definitely not that.
That's actually the thing in the comics, though.
That is the thing in the comics, but not that.
Welcome everyone to No Controversials podcast.
Haven't we stated like well, not even me, but have y'all stated numerous times like this ain't like the fucking comics.
Exactly. Different universe.
These comic things, these comic references, just like in the fucking comic. It's like, yo, no.
Stop it. Get some help.
Stop it.
No, I can't believe you've done this. Like, stop.
Oh no. Oh, but so Ant-Man. Basically, the way they explain why he's not going to probably be a playable character is that he was there on A-Day, and he was captured, And they did so many experiments on him that if he goes into the shrinking suit and shrinks or whatever, he will instantly die.
Oh, that's horseshit.
What?
They literally say that.
Can't they just like science their way out of that situation though? I mean, this is a universe where like, and like you could give me like, oh well, this is in the comics. Like every fucking time in Marvel, they will bring back a fucker from death. So it's like, couldn't they just say that like we'll fix him up so he doesn't die?
Different universe. This is all possible.
We'll resurrect someone in every universe though.
But like, and it's actually funny because if you look at the quote leak roster, there is another character that does what he does that is actually apparently coming.
Who's that? Goliath?
No, Wasp.
Oh,
So it's more like because like we don't want him to show up in the climax because we can't tell him to you yet.
Exactly.
that's stupid. They have to retcon that though.
We're not ready to sell this to you, so don't look at this.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's why you probably won't be at least maybe like a season 2 or something. I'll be like, oh yeah, he's fine. We did something, and then he's good. Or they could go with Scott Lang and do that way.
They'll probably use him.
Mm-hmm.
They should have been using it from the beginning, since they're trying to so avoid being the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, that would have been closer to the Marvel Cinematic Universe now, because the one we have in the MCU is Scott Lang, and Hank Pym's like the quote mentor.
Well, no, I get it. I'm just like memeing about the fact that it's like we don't want to be the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so let's make this super close to the Cinematic Universe.
I got you.
Although I wouldn't like the one character I would like to see as for DLC is Wolverine.
I will tell you now, he's not in the leak list right now.
He's what?
He's not in the leak list right now.
Well, that's how they get you.
Yeah, with Fortnite.
Yeah, right.
Which I'll admit I started playing again because of that.
You fiend!
Yes, that's right. Bring in the hate. Give me the hate.
We'll get you later.
Your dog disagrees with you.
Yeah, even your dog's like, "What you doing?" But no, Mrmoopsy did ask if there were quote end credit scenes. There's technically 2. The one is where in the campaign, Monica, the other person that was helping MODOK, she ends up like getting found out that she kind of betrayed him in a way, at least his trust. So what she's been doing is basically giving him a formula from Steve Rogers' blood in order to make him like quote more powerful. And MODOK does that to her as like a kind of a revenge because he thinks that she could have possibly killed him with that, which technically she could have. It has happened before in the other states of media. But what ends up happening is that if you look closely and think of a dialogue that happened way at the beginning, like I mean way at the beginning, you notice that the Monica he's actually infecting is a clone. And not the real Monica, and that you see the real Monica in the end credit scene. And she's talking about like going forward with AIM without MODOK and going through like some clonings and things like that. And then the second one is back to the Kree Century after he's like destroyed and whatnot. It sends out a beacon, which I'm guessing is sending to the Kree. Which is where I believe that when that comes into fruition, where Captain Marvel will come into the game as well.
So what you're saying is we're getting Modam.
Modam. That sounds like the blaxploitation version of MODOK.
Oh damn!
But yeah, those are the 2 like quote cutscenes. What were you saying, Eddie?
I said, "Mo, damn, son, where'd you find this?"
God damn it!
I just like
next level.
I just like how the Kree Sentries like sends that beacon, just like, guys, these people on this planet hurt me, and I need help.
Bring me juice.
Bring me
just
juice.
crying.
Well, and honestly, if anybody's thinking it is really a spoiler saying that Captain Marvel is coming, she literally has a model like in the posters. She's there. You have to see that she's coming. They literally reference her in the beginning, saying she's off world.
Like that, and you just like look at a lot of the more recent Marvel projects, like they're hyping her up to hell, like in a lot of stuff.
No, I don't believe it.
You lie.
Well,
you
damn.
lie.
I still would like to see Wolverine though. That'd be
Everybody would. I'm
Everybody
actually starting to
was.
miss the guy.
Like literally, give me some X-Men. Damn.
Cause like this, like no joke. I'll say around 2010ish, we'll say around 2014, right? There was so much Wolverine exposure that I was actually getting sick of the character, and now pretty much since I'll say like Marvel 3, right? There's been such like lacking content for Wolverine that I actually miss the guy. I want him back.
Think of it this way: outside of Fortnite, really, the last real big Wolverine thing we've had is with him dying.
Yeah. You could also mention because technically he's also in what's it called, Ultimate Alliance 3, but I'm like I didn't bother spending any money on that game.
But I mean, like real Wolverine big thing, not just like him.
Which is funny because Marvel kind of made it a point to Nintendo to say that, hey, we don't want X-Men and stuff to be in that game. We want the Avengers and the Guardians to be like the main focus. And Nintendo's like, no, fuck you. We're gonna put in Wolverine and the X-Men. So Marvel's like, all right, whatever. And then that's why Wolverine's like right dead center on the box.
Yeah, Nintendo's the only guy, a part of a group of guys that can actually stand up to Disney and their bullshit.
Thank God.
Yeah.
And, I guess it can go into quote if y'all want to go into the DLC characters that got leaked.
Yeah, sure.
So the one obvious one, because I mean they literally pointed it out in the war table, was Black Panther. Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Falcon, of course the Hawkeyes. They're coming.
Winter Soldier, I'm guessing.
Winter Soldier, yes, he is on there. War Machine, which is why I wanted to leave that later.
So it's just basically like if they were in Infinity War, you're gonna see him.
Most likely.
But not Falcon.
We're going to get Vision. We're going to get
Vision.
What kind of fucking name is that?
Have you not seen the movies?
I'm about to say you might want to see the movies. It makes sense, to be honest.
No, I get it. I get it. I understand what Vision is. Just that as a name. Might as well just like my name is Eyes. All right.
Speaking of which, they
My
actually
name is
make
Pancreas.
they make a kind of play at that with their costumes in the game, where you see what Kamala Khan's first costume is, and she's like she hates it, and Tony's like, yeah, all the costumes are silly in some form. It's about the way you look, while doing it. So they actually make a play on that. To be honest, in the actual game itself.
Jess, question.
Yes.
I have a question relating to Vision, but it's gonna seem kind of off topic.
Oh, okay.
Fans.
What's up?
Did you say you're shitting pants?
You have enough fans. Answer the question. And if you say if Vision is the guy, does he have an own?
Adjust accordingly. You've played that Super Nintendo Avengers game, right?
Long ass time ago.
Yeah, because it's got Captain America, it's got Iron Man, I think Hawkeye, and some dude in white. Is that Vision or is that someone else?
I think that's
Guy in white.
Oh, okay. Actually, let me pull it up.
Do you mean Moon Knight?
I don't know because it's it doesn't look like Moon Knight.
I'm pretty sure it's not Moon Knight.
Okay.
Damn, it's been so fucking long since I've seen that fucking game.
Yeah, let me see. Ultron's in this game.
Mm-hmm. I do remember that.
And I hope they'll make Ultron a DLC.
Yeah, it is Vision.
Why does he look white?
I have no idea.
It's so weird. Oh, maybe it was when he died and came back. If that's the one, then that's technically not Vision.
So what? His name's Blind.
Nice.
I forgot what his actual name was when he came back. It's something fucking weird.
He's a robot. He can't die. But anyway, like we're getting off topic.
Yeah. Back to the DLC list. I said Vision, Scarlet Witch, Quake, Marvel.
Who the hell is Quake?
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
To be honest, I've never really looked at Quake stuff. I know it's a girl, but that's about it.
You mean it's not another video game from mid Software?
If only. But and the last one is She-Hulk.
That's like the only original character.
Yep.
Oh, her and Quake, but I mean, we don't know who the hell Quake is. So.
Yeah, like that's one thing I never delved into was Quake. I'm sure that some Quake fans are going to be amazingly happy with that.
Yep, like all 5 of them.
Yeah, all 2 of them.
Why should it be like something that's like a bunch of people like, how do you not know who Quake is? You fucking suck.
It's like they talk in like that old prospector voice. Y'all laughed at us. Y'all laughed at us.
Oh, that's Quake? Okay. I know who Quake is then. She's in the Shield, Agents of Shield show.
You just don't know the law.
Yeah, I just don't know the lore really behind, but I know who Quake is. Okay.
Can you post like a picture or something? Cause
Of her.
actually no, cause
is that one girl that actually was working? Was actually kind of like a hippie in the first episode, and then like, okay, her.
Yeah, that's Quake.
Okay.
I still don't know. You can go ahead and skip the picture because I was confusing it with Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Oh no, not her. I don't know who that is.
No, because like I thought that like I'd be able to see like a picture from that show, but I'm thinking no, Agents of Shield, that's live action. Fuck it, I'm not gonna recognize it.
Yeah, okay, I'm more caught up now. I know who Quake is. Gotcha.
I still don't, but let's move on.
You really, like, I know about her.
That's all that
A
matters.
little bit more.
But yeah, those are. I'm guessing that's going to be quote season 1 of DLC. Now, here's the thing, because they weren't exactly very specific on the words of this, but apparently a lot of these characters are going to have story beats with them. The first one being Kate Bishop and Hawkeye. Now, I don't know if they're going to do them at like one after the other. That'd be kind of weird, having 2 Arrow people one after the other, but okay. But I know Kate Bishop is definitely first. And she's going to be extending the story of why Hawkeye is apparently working for AIM, I guess. So that's another reason why I'm kind of holding off on like finalizing my score of 6 out of 10, because if they can really boost that out into making it like a really huge story with all these characters, that will definitely change my score.
I almost made like a super bad pun even for me.
Which was
Hawkeye, AIM, it writes itself.
oh god damn it.
I said I didn't.
You're right. That is pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't actually.
Only
really
thing
bad.
that would make it worse is if Bullseye was related to it somehow.
Oh, that would make it 10 times worse.
He's who he has to fight.
Oh god.
But
Hey, that one was you guys.
That's on all of y'all.
Well, now, like going back to quote the grinding of it, like where there's story beats. Like I recently just did a mission that was super long, and I didn't realize it was like a big mission kind of thing, which they really need to kind of expand on that a little bit, I think. because I was playing with Kamala, like, okay, I'm gonna do this quick mission, I'm gonna get the quote reward for it, and then I'm gonna end off the game. And it's like 2 hours later, like, god damn, this mission's long.
Damn.
But
May as well have been afraid.
it might as well have been, because it felt like a lot of shit was happening in this mission. Like, do this, now do that, now go save these people, now come back and destroy these things, now we're gonna take down AIM. Okay, what the fuck? All in one mission?
Now go to Subway, get Tony Stark's lunch, and then get Cap's clothes to the dry cleaners.
It felt kind of like that. But
Go ahead and take care of this thing for Black Widow.
it's like, god damn, when is this gonna stop? Especially since I was playing it alone. So, like, and that was one of the missions where I kind of felt like, even though I was leveling my character, I didn't feel strong.
It's like, yes, I grinded for the best gear, but at what cost?
Oh, that's one thing that I think they need to change immediately. Ranged enemies need to be nerfed to hell.
Oh God.
Like, there's no reason why I should be in the middle of fighting a bunch of people, and the thing that kills me is somebody from range. Like, literally just melts my health bar. Because
and then to me too, kind of nerf super armor for enemies.
that too,
Like,
especially
I'm
like
sick
when you're
and tired
fighting.
of like having to like meet a robot that's about to punch me, and then my attack goes through him, and he still gets hurt, but then he's still able to punch me.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
like
it doesn't help that, like, quote, because like somebody who literally I talked to about that, their answer was like, well, why don't you just parry him? And it's like, the problem with that is that they have unparryable moves.
yeah, and then you have like 5 of them throwing a punch at you at the same time.
It's like, oh, just parry the move. Like, when there's like 6 people punching me in the face, okay. Let me just get right on that. Which actually reminds me of the worst enemy in the game, is literally one that, like, you have to parry, and not all the Avengers really have a parry system. And that's a problem.
Yeah, like Kamala, like technically her parry, she only gets a parry when she's in her embiggen form.
And you have to unlock that. You don't get it off the jump.
That sounds terrible.
That's even worse.
Like, literally, I think the only one who gets it off the jump is Black Widow. Because the thing is, it's funny because you would think that Captain America would have it off the jump. He has a fucking shield. But no, you have to unlock it, like, I think stage 3 of his tier, where he actually gets his little parry. Now, it's definitely strong when you get it, but why didn't he have it in the first place?
Because it makes too much sense.
But and Iron Man's one it's kind of weird when you think about it, because it honestly only works on the smaller enemies. Like, if you get hit
It
with
worked when?
it works on the smaller enemies.
Oh.
Because when you fight like these things called adaptoids, which are the most ridiculous things in the fucking game, they do like these big windy moves, and you're supposed to be able to like parry things that have like a yellow spark to them, but they'll get to a point where they do nothing but red attacks the entire time.
What, they fucking enrage or some shit? What is this?
I don't know. I honestly don't understand it.
I think to me the most annoying enemy, and I'm only speaking because I'm still playing. I'm still, I guess, kind of at the beginning, but it's still kind of, it still counts.
Mm-hmm.
Are those stupid staff enemies?
Oh, just wait till you get near the end. They get 10 times worse.
Because not only are they annoying up close, but then they could also attack you with range attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So they're the ultimate weapon.
Which is kind of bullshit, because they have a bullshit hitbox thing where, like, you'll be running, right? And they'll be they'll be aiming at where you were, and then you can say, okay, just run around them, right? No, for some reason, the spray goes right to where you are, even if you're right behind them.
Yeah, it predicts your moves, which is like, what?
It's like, that's not even natural. You should be hitting yourself.
And then again, it falls under the category 2 of super armor, because that thing will take up multiple hits and still get its hit out on you, and it'll deal like a crap ton of damage.
Now, and this is where I come to the part of like, okay, well, then you can use your powers to kind of help you through that, right? But then that's where the bug comes in I was talking about earlier, of the powers decharging themselves for some reason. Now, there are enemies that do take your powers, like with certain hits. Kind of dumb. Really the worst enemy type in any game, in my opinion. But then when they're not there and you're still losing your powers, that doesn't make sense. Because there's literally times I'm like, okay, I'm going to use Kamala's giant slap to give me some space. Nope, don't have it anymore. What the... Why is it gone?
The man said Kamala.
And then it's like, okay, I'm gonna go big. Nope, you just lost a little bit of bar there, so you gotta get it back. And this is on a build, like I have a build for her where she gets like tons of energy for her powers, and I'm still losing my powers.
Yeah, that was your first mistake.
Just playing Kamala.
Kamala.
But see, like, it's not even like Kamala though. It's like all of them. Because I had this happen with Cap. Like, it actually happened on stream, where I kept saying, "It's like, where's my powers?"
I remember saying that.
That should be the tagline or the description for Avengers.
Avengers, where are my powers?
Oh god,
This sounds like a sitcom. But yeah, like I feel like that they did that to like quote balance out. Like you have your powers for when those bullet spongy enemy come, but if that happens, what are you supposed to do then? Like you can't do anything, and then you're getting sprayed from like everywhere.
Well, obviously, the one thing that you're supposed to do there is hold that.
Guess I'll die.
you're just like getting beaten up, and you're just like, this is fine.
But
Now he's getting it.
but it's so obnoxious to the point where it's just like it's not even challenging; it's just annoying.
I'm glad you actually pointed that out too, Eddie, because you reminded me of something I don't understand why they did this. If you're playing alone, you could be down 3 times. If you're down again, you're out. If you're playing with somebody, you can be down as many times as you want.
So they're kind of like forcing multiplayer on you in a way.
Exactly. It's like, why would you do that?
Because they're chock full of bad ideas.
I know. I feel like that should be reversed.
Exactly.
It's not like it's not that. It was just a solid idea that didn't get explored all the way because of all the rushing.
I just don't get that. Like, especially
I
after-
don't think that tracks. Yeah.
That's the thing. Of course, they're being rushed.
It's
Like-
what?
Like I was gonna say, like if your teammate revives you, then I would say okay. But if you die, like die, then that's one try, and then you still got 2 more.
That's probably just something they ain't even come across yet. Like they didn't that seems like an issue. It seems like an issue that they couldn't even think about getting to because of all the shit they had to go through.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't even begin to fix that problem. They don't even know it's a thing. They ain't had the time to. They ain't even had the time to fuck up properly to get to that point where they're just like, okay, well we can fix that.
Yeah, it's just a very weird little thing. That's like, why even bother with this? What was another thing? It was something about Cap. I was thinking of. I can't remember what it was. Oh, speaking of cosmetics, tell me why he has like 5 different costumes of when you find him like all shirtless and whatnot, and like no other cool costumes. Like, keep in mind, that's technically a spoiler costume in itself, but
Yeah, and that's why it comes back to my point that like they could have given him like the Punisher colors, like you said, or even given him the Steve Rogers look, where he just has like that regular shield.
They didn't
When
even-
Winter Soldier became Captain America for a while, and yeah,
didn't even have America's ass, bro.
I know
He's covering up America's ass.
He suffers from Snake
That
from
is
Smash Brothers. They
that-
nerfed his ass.
that is a fucking travesty, though. Censoring America's ass. It's America's ass. Literally, there's no ass greater. They should have. Oh god, I'm about to go to hell for this. They should have America's ass play during the national anthem.
And just have it on the Titantron.
Oh man. But no, I think what else was there? There was something else I can't remember what it was. Outside of the quote iconic missions, was I haven't technically gotten to because you have to do some ridiculous grinding for them.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, I think that's pretty much it for me on that front. As far as now, anyway. I still got ways to go.
I will say, the one thing I would love if they did for like a DLC costume pack is like Venomized Avengers.
That'd be cool.
Because I've seen that like all over the place. Like I've seen action figures of like Venomized Hulk, Venomized Cap, Venomized Iron Man, and Black Widow.
But
So it's like,
here's the personal possible problem with that. That might be a Sony exclusive as well. But like Spider-Man.
damn it.
Good time to be a Sony fanboy.
That's right. Of course,
mean
Disney
that-
doesn't own Sony, and probably never will.
Nah, Sony's too big.
Yeah, they're not letting that go. That ain't gonna happen. You can send all
Yeah.
the letters you want.
It's too big, and I think that they have something so valuable to Disney that if they let it go, they'll screw themselves even worse.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, and it's kind of like right now it's paying dividends for them because they acquired Spider. If they wanted Spider-Man, right?
Mhm.
They called dibs on Spider-Man before Spider-Man even took the fuck off.
Mhm.
So for Sony, it's almost kind of like a return on investment for them.
Mhm.
Kind of.
Because it's like a shared property basically.
Well, no, it's kind of it's Sony owns the rights because from when they bought the rights back in 2000,
Yeah.
and when they were making those movies and everything, and then for like the more recent stuff that we've been seeing him in, it's like it's because Sony's been letting Marvel use the character,
Mhm.
so it's like they're just like letting them borrow it, but it also always comes at a cost. And Sony is smart enough to at least know that it'd be stupid to let go of that license.
Oh yeah.
It's like giving them a library book.
Yeah, you ain't getting this back.
I don't give a shit about the late fees.
And then fuck you in them late fees. Put some respect on my name. You know who the fuck I am?
You know what we fucking own?
We know what you want. We own what you want.
And by extension, we own you.
I don't know about all that. All right now. Calm down over there.
I don't know, man.
We ain't hurting nobody.
Have some dude in a black suit come to your door. So it's like, hello, is this Mrmoopsy? Yeah, how would you know? Yeah.
All right, take your stuff.
Take your shoes.
Take the computer. Take the phone. It's a lot of porn in here.
A lot of milks.
Like, yo, what is with this Chun Li obsession?
There's others.
Just good taste, great taste, but fucking weird.
No, I think that's pretty much all I really want to say, as far as now anyway, about this game. 6
Yeah,
out of 10.
But yeah, my score for it is what Josh said, that it's Avengers. Where are my powers?
There it is.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a
That's
four
it for
now.
me. That describes it to me perfectly.
Game is overwhelmingly mid.
Yep. Yep.
You've never seen such meh.
Yeah, you such meh before. Like you thought you knew meh, then you saw this shit. This shit is meh.
You will believe a man can meh.
Actually, I do have one question but I have to go into what I thought about Ghost of Tsushima for that though.
Well, because I want to, because Jess already answered this on stream. I don't know if you want to answer it again for the pod listeners,
Yeah, sure.
but I do want to throw this question again, mostly to the chat. For anybody that's played it, would you guys say that Marvel, which would you say is better, Marvel's Avengers or Ultimate Alliance 3?
Oh yeah, and I was saying it's kind of hard.
Right, because my brother Ghost Loki the God essentially said that Marvel's Avengers is just a AAA Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the gameplay's better, but Ultimate Alliance 3 has more characters.
Mm-hmm.
More things I would want to play, really, pretty much.
It kind of reminds me of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, All-Star Battle, and Eyes of Heaven. It's like if they took the character roster of Eyes of Heaven and put it into All-Star Battle would have been 10 times better.
But didn't All-Star Battle come out first?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Because All-Star Battle had like the better gameplay compared to Eyes of Heaven. But the thing with Eyes of Heaven is that it had a bigger roster compared to All-Star Battle. If that makes sense.
Kind of, but I feel like the problem is that you're comparing some like two things from two different time periods. Moving on.
Okay.
Yeah. So, on to the next one?
Yep.
Alrighty. Xbox versus PlayStation pricing.
They're gonna be the same price.
Most likely.
Yep.
Oh, I hope the PS5 is $300.
For the digital less powerful one. Yeah, easy.
Now, I was telling Mrmoopsy that I do wonder if people are really looking at the specs or just the price of these things.
Because people are paying too much attention to the price, not really realizing that the specs are going to understandably be lower because you're paying for a less powerful console.
Yeah, and I wonder if people are understanding that as a whole. Because I mean,
Well, wait. What makes it a less powerful console?
Well,
because the original console has a disk drive, but that also it has power. Shit, how can I say
well,
this?
I was gonna point out like one big example for GPU power between the Series X versus Series S. Series X has 12 point whatever teraflops. Series S has 4. So that right there is a big drop in itself.
So what you would want is the one with the disk drive.
If you want the quote more powerful console, you want the X.
I know that's the one thing I've noticed too is that like a lot of the games that are coming out for like PS5 and Xbox One X, they're giving different like DLC options for disc and digital. And it's like I don't like that.
Well,
I don't like that.
And that's possibly because of how these consoles are made. Although one in particular got caught in a lie, which is kind of funny.
$5 is Sony.
No. I mean, the actual game itself. It's an actual game itself in Remedy. I think it was Remedy, where they were talking about Control and it coming over into the different consoles, and how they were saying that it would have like a weirdness thing going over into the different consoles. You have to pay for more and whatnot, and then they accidentally kind of just gave it to them, to the people who actually paid for what they originally paid for. Like, how do I put this? say that we have the new consoles, right? And I have a game that you've bought, and I tell you that game has a possibility of going onto the new consoles, right? But in order to get that full upgrade, you have to pay more. And then by accident, I accidentally press a button, and it automatically gives you that upgrade for free. That's what ended up happening.
It's like I kind of get it, but it also sounds really complicated and stupid.
Because it is.
I'm in the ballpark.
Yep. And that's recently what happened with Remedy and their thing. So now people are questioning everybody else's thing on DLC practices and whatnot.
Everyone's getting paranoid of everyone.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just put in the Spider-Man meme.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, consumers, really just dropped the ball in terms of the DLC battle.
Mm-hmm.
Like last gen is when they dropped the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting when like people start actually buying these and start realizing, wait a minute, did I get the thing I really wanted?
Well, I already know I'm gonna get a PS5. Like, there's no question about it.
It's not really that as much as the X versus the S, or the digital versus the disc.
Well, I would get the disc, but I'll probably still buy a lot of digital anyway. So that way, I don't use the disc drive as much. So that way, it doesn't like burn out after so much use.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened. That's what happened to like when my PS3, where like the CD drive just like went dead. That's when I had to turn it in to get a new one because I had the warranty on it. Thankfully, and I just don't want that to happen to the PS5 if I do get the hard drive or the disc drive. I mean,
it just in general sucks how Sony makes cheaper gear so they could sell more.
Oh yeah, it's definitely cheap. And then they make it sound like it's gonna take off like an airplane.
That's for PS4s. That was like a Gen 1 PS4 does. Like the Gen 1 PS4s, the Gen 1 PS4 Pros, and stuff like that.
But I've seen the Gen like outside of a Pro do that still over at my friend's house when he was playing Ghost of Tsushima. It sounded like he was about to take off into the next stratosphere.
It was like something with like the it was something with the like thermal pasting with the fans and everything.
Mm.
well, and plus it's like the accumulation of dust.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that doesn't do anybody any favors.
No, it does not.
and it sucks because like the only way to get all that dust out is to take apart your PS4, your PS3, and whatnot. And you're like, I don't want to do that, like, because then it'll void the warranty.
I had to do that recently. I had to replace my PS4's hard drive. It's not the most difficult thing in the world, but you still like even when you see how you're supposed to do it and think to yourself it's not that hard or anything like that. When you've actually got your hands into the console, the whole time you're just like fucking nervous. You're just like, oh man, I just know if I like sneeze once in like inappropriately, I'm gonna just fuck this whole thing up.
How do you inappropriately?
Maybe you forget to cover your mouth.
Oh, okay.
I know that.
Titties. Oh, I'm sorry.
So
know,
rude.
especially if you sneeze and like one of the screws that holds the PS4 together gets lost or something. Now you have to like go on the floor to look for it.
And then the whole thing just spontaneously combusts. Because what was it? Like what I did try to clean out basically like the spot where the dust gathers the most. I forget what it's called exactly. But like I was doing like a dusting since I figured like this will help it like at least do a little bit better with the new SSD I gave it. And when I was like trying to take it out, I was lifting it, but it wasn't like completely like splitting off like it's supposed to. And I didn't want to force it because I thought I just know I'm gonna fucking break it. You know what? I'm just gonna fucking leave it as is. Like that shit is so nerve wracking.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I just don't like. I try to get rid of like the dust outside where like the vents are, like the outside vents, and that's about it. Like I'm scared to go in there.
Yeah.
Even though I know that.
I have been thinking about maybe taking it to like just like a little home in like electronics store to have them clean it up from the inside. But A, that's just like I'm sure they charge me like close to $100 just to do that. And B, I there's even the chance that they might go like, well, I was like playing fast and loose with it and I broke it and I'm not gonna pay you back for it.
Mm.
Well, I was whacking it with a hammer and it stopped working. So
It's your fault, clearly. So
yeah.
it's like, what?
Yeah, that's a you problem.
And then I burn down the store, and then I go to prison, and I'm like, what I do?
And then you're just like, man, I miss my PS4.
Yeah, in prison.
Nah, but I don't know. The other question I was gonna ask is there really that much of an incentive to even get one now?
PlayStation 4, not yet, but I feel like they've got better
5.
chances. What's up?
PlayStation 5.
Oh shit, sorry. I'm not used to the numbers yet.
Well, I was gonna say for me, it'll be when the Demon Souls remaster comes out.
Yeah, but like that's my thing. Though, is like for PlayStation 5, not yet, but like they've shown more like interest than Xbox has. Xbox I've already declared dead.
It's like because it's like the only reason why Xbox is even considered dead, and Sony's just like, I don't know. It's just because all of us have PS4s and we're already all used to Sony just putting out some great shit.
That plus, like what we've seen from the Xbox showcase, I had like no interest in playing anything, and they've got this weird like self-torturing sort of method where they'll be like, we have this game that's coming out on Xbox, but if you wait just long, and it's like, and this is like in parentheses, but if you wait just long enough, it'll come out on PC. So what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Well, to me too, it's the fact that a lot of their exclusives get canceled. And then it's just like, hey, look, another Halo game. Hey, look, another Gears of War.
It's getting pushed back.
Yeah, it's like they get pushed back, but they don't get canceled. And it's not scale bound.
No, but then
like,
go ahead.
Well, I was like, no, that's not what he meant. He meant like, oh, this is all you're getting, really. And then I was playing out there like, yeah, it's getting pushed back too. So then there's that.
Because then there was another game that they were going to release that also got canceled. I forget what it was called. It was for the Xbox One. I think it was like something Soulless or something like that.
Something Soulless.
I forget. It was one of the exclusives coming to Xbox One, but then they canceled it, and then Scalebound got canceled, and then meanwhile, forget Sony brought out Event Horizon.
Not
Event Horizon.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
We're gonna have to stop talking about Scalebound. It got canceled like forever.
Yeah, but I mean, like the way that people just absolutely love fucking platinum games, it's one of those kinds of wounds where it's like, you know, why? Or what could have been.
Especially when there was talks of like other companies possibly even bringing it back. Like,
hey, if they do, then all for them.
Gonna have to let it go at some point until somebody picks it back up.
Which I do believe that there were talks that Nintendo actually might be that group.
Well, let them keep talking.
I want to see a trailer.
Like, don't talk to me until I see a trailer.
Until I've had my trailer.
Technically, there is one. It's the old one.
Don't talk to me till we get another trailer. Why are you talking? You still can't play the game.
That actually reminds me of something else I'm going to talk about after the pod. Well, after these pod topics. But overall, I really don't have any interest in getting any of the new consoles right now. Like, outside of what backwards compatibility.
There's really nothing to get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it's like people are gonna trade their PS4s in for a PS5 and then just be ass out of luck for the first while because not every single game is gonna be backwards compatible.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing is to hear whatever games PS4 has on launch will just be those games. Or you may not even want to play those games. If you already have a PS4, why would you trade it in for a PS5 if we could just keep using your PS4?
Mm-hmm.
Because at some point it'll break, and then unfortunately, it's only one replace the parts.
Well, look. I've had my PS4 for like a couple months after launch, and it is still working very well for me. For me to have the only complaint that I have is that it sounds like an A10 Warthog, and maybe run into like a hard drive issue every now and again where games will just crash randomly. Games always been crashing. Games always been freezing.
Yep.
So it's not exactly the same.
Which games won't be backwards compatible?
My nigga, I don't know.
They haven't
okay.
really given a list yet, to be honest. They just said a couple. Like, there's coming newer and newer, like, almost every day, to be honest.
Well, I doubt games like, I don't know, Smite or Rainbow Six Siege or those ones won't be backwards compatible.
Knack.
See,
Dude, Knack 2. Where the...
will be, they said something about that. I think a lot of the Ubisoft titles are going to be backwards compatible.
I think I heard something about that, too.
Like, I know Destiny 2 is gonna like move to PS5.
Uh-huh.
Oh, fucking joy.
People like that game.
So,
I know, I love it.
I've been told to play it.
I won't listen, but I'll be told.
Told you to play it?
Yeah, I've been told multiple times to play it. And
I ain't gonna say no shit like have you at gunpoint tell you to play the game, but it's a nice time sink.
Hmm.
It's a good game. It's better than the Division 2.
I have heard some real
And
rough stories about that game.
Yeah,
Weren't you like super excited for that game too, Eddie?
that is my game.
Well,
Man.
that was the thing too. Was Division 1 better?
People were just better at that game, so a lot of people claim it as their favorite. But the Division 1 had its own share of problems too.
Oh. 'Cause I always just figured Division was just a watered down version of Destiny.
People can make that claim. You can make that claim because in the Division you're dealing with like humans, but in Destiny you're shooting alien gods with godlike weapons and shit. So
Oh, okay, Eddie. Here's a question.
And
They
here,
announced for PS5 exclusive the Division 3. Are you getting it?
yeah, probably.
I love how that wasn't a definitive yes. Like it almost was a no. I don't know about that.
It's like Baker just doesn't defeat its size. He reaches into his wallet to give the money.
I'm still a fan of the game. It's
Yeah.
just that it's not in a good place.
It's like I got exactly what I wanted out of it.
Not even that. It's just not. It's like the Division 1 had its issues, so it's like, all right, Division 2, right? It's going to improve from where the last one came off. No, they made it not even completely different, but it has completely different issues. So they're like right back to square one again.
Dope.
Yeah, dough indeed. At the same time, I refuse to take this from a Street Fighter player.
Who, me or Moopsy?
It's like, what? Oro's coming back.
Yes.
When Oro's coming back. I've never heard that as a thing before.
that's such a just
I'm
a
so excited for
like you're a but like I could just
To be fair, I
imagine-
legit am excited for Oro. I just want to throw out something like nonsensical.
Like I can just imagine somebody looks at Moopsy and he's like, "Man, you're a retarded one for liking Street Fighter." He's like, "What? Oro's coming back."
Because I mean, like in me saying something like that is like it knocked the wind out of your sails.
Also, I have to bleep that word out, damn it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Way to
Well,
go.
I mean, he didn't know, but yeah.
He didn't.
Welcome back
Would
to
have if he
no-
was
no
been here.
controversial podcast.
Venom should have known better.
It's almost at the 2-hour mark, Jess.
Yeah, I would put that somewhere so I know.
I don't think you bleeped the last one.
I did actually.
Oh, did you go back and
I
bleep it or
had to re-listen to that entire damn thing.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh! Because actually, like, I originally was gonna put it on there, and then I immediately automatically had some kind of strike thing when I tried to upload it. It was just like, nope, can't do that.
You had a copy strike before you even uploaded it?
They're starting to doing that shit now. They actually started that last year.
That's
Me
kind
too.
of scary.
I can say that I lucked out on that. I haven't ran into nothing like that. The only ones that I got was just like old Tekken Tag 2 videos getting claimed. I don't know shit about this video anymore. All out.
It's like YouTube's bullying Jazz.
I know, right? Damn, Soul Calibur got fucked up.
It's all Soul Calibur's fault.
Yep. Damn netcode.
But actually,
that's
Mrmoopsy
it.
brings up. I was actually going to bring up something you just brought up. What would be something to get you into a new console?
Who are you asking?
All of y'all.
Everyone.
Yeah,
Right.
I said my answer. I think right.
Yeah.
No.
Demon Souls.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't think it's not. I don't think the issue was a matter of, well, if this thing comes out, that's when I'll get the console. I'm getting at some point. I'm going to get the console because I want the fucking console, right? And that's just how the game works. So, because of that, because I had more important things on my list to get than the PS5. So I'm like, okay, well, put the PS5 on the back burner for a little while. I have more important things to do with my money. But once I get the money back to be able to freely spend on a PS5, I will definitely get it. And then I'll just have the PS5 there. And then when I want to play, if I can't, whatever is backwards compatible, I'll play on my PS5. If it's not backwards compatible, I'll just turn my PS4 on. Problem solved, right?
Fair enough.
Is there anything wrong with that?
No.
Not necessarily.
What about you, Moops?
If Scarlett Johansson made an OnlyFans, but the only way that I could get it was to buy a PS5, I will buy a PS5. I pre-order. Don't look at me like that. I see the way you niggas is looking at me. I reject it.
I'm looking at my joystick.
Yeah.
Terrible choice of words.
My fight stick.
That's even worse.
How's that worse?
I'm not gonna go into.
Fight with your stick later, dog.
Honestly, at the moment, I don't have anything that comes to mind. The best I would probably just throw out is probably like a new Marvel,
Like a new Marvel.
like
versus
MVP.
Capcom? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it would have to be something like PlayStation exclusive or something like that. But because I don't know, I'm just like overall, a lot of the properties that I want to play, I'm kind of satisfied about having, and I like there's nothing coming to mind where I'm just like wishing that I want to see a return. That said, I'm not I'm not expecting anything new, if that makes any sense. Like I'm not like, if say they announced like another Resident Evil or something like that, right? Like another like Remake 4 or something like that. Like I would just be like, oh, it's cool, it's happening, but I'm not like fucking gonna go out of my way to buy it. If there's any games that I'm like, oh man, I wish this would get a sequel, I'm kind of like not super invested in that. Like, I'm just kind of overall content, you know?
This is fair. Guess for myself, I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat, to be honest. Like, because
Jade Empire.
I mean, yeah, if that was gonna happen, I'd hella get an Xbox, but that ain't gonna happen. Especially with the way Bioware is now. It's just like, but like, yeah, I'm practically the same way. Like, honestly, anything I would want to get that's on the newer consoles don't come out to like, I think, at nearing the end of next year.
Right. So it's like there's really no like the PS4 did so much in its time
hmm
where it's like people got a PS4 because like when the PS4 released, there was stuff like releasing with like within a month that people were happy.
hmm
As it stands right now, like shit ain't coming out like the next month. I mean, yeah, sure, because it's sure because of Coco V, right?
hmm
And that's all fine and dandy. But because stuff is getting pushed back, the absolute need to have it so soon really went away. But it's just gonna be a definite like, why would I not buy it at some point? Of course, I'm
Yeah.
gonna.
Oh yeah, I'll upgrade at some point. It's just
Absolutely.
Just right. It's just how we all feel. It's just like, well, we're waiting on something.
hmm
We have something
Yeah.
important to do. We have like we got priorities and shit.
hmm
I'd say it's more like I'm waiting for what like the third party companies are gonna announce before anything else. Because like one game that I would say like I wish they got like a fucking chance at a sequel or something like that. They would be like, okay, well, Brutal Legend 2, but that shit would fucking come out multi-port, so it's not like a specific reason why I would be getting a PS5 because for one thing I know it wouldn't be happening for an exclusive.
hmm
Any other franchises, a lot of them are doing pretty good, and I'm still like content with like some of the latest entries they released, like fucking Devil May Cry 5. Like I'm still playing that game on occasion.
hmm
And there's still aspects of it that I haven't beaten or anything like that. There's like other games too that like they're I'm just like overall happy with, like for example like Doom Eternal, another multi-port game where like there's no specific reason for me to get a PS5.
hmm
It would have
especially with the DLCs coming out.
Yeah, so it's gonna make the PS4 last even longer. Because why would I buy like a PS5 version of Doom Eternal if I'm still waiting on the DLCs? It would have to be something like from. It would have to be like something from a franchise that like I thought would like has been dead. Like maybe a Darksiders 4,
hmm
I can see a Darksiders 4 happening.
but like for it to be like console exclusive, who knows? Hitman 3, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be coming out on PS4 or, well, yeah, it's gonna be coming out on PS4 because it doesn't matter when the 5 launches. They're still gonna be doing like current console generation games for a while before they completely kill them off. So I mean, at the moment, yeah, there's a lot of avenues of where this could go, but very few, if almost any, if almost none, uh, lead to me buying, like me going like I need to buy a PS5.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, there's literally nothing. I'm looking at the list now of things that have been announced. I'm just like, nah. Everything of this is either coming out next year at the end or years from now.
Yeah, because like I'm looking at my game library, and for like say like right now I'm looking at like say Persona 5. There's not gonna be a Persona 6 anytime soon.
No, definitely not.
Of course not, especially with how well Persona 5 still doing it.
hmm
And then
Yeah.
the freaking remastering 1 and 2,
What?
or either just 2 or yeah.
No, isn't it 3?
No,
No, it's 1 and 2
Oh.
because everyone or I don't know the.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Shin Megami Tensei.
you're thinking of SMT Nocturne.
Yeah.
That's not Persona 1. It ain't Persona 2.
I know, but I was just remembering the number 3.
I could have sworn I saw a trailer that said that they were gonna do an HD remastering of 1 and 2. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, you need to cite your source, son.
Cite your source, son.
But I mean, yeah. So, that's where I'm standing in regards to like game releases right now.
Yeah, about the same. The things that possibly even would begin to have me look at other consoles aren't gonna happen. So yeah.
It would legitimately have to be something coming out of nowhere, like when they announced KI for the Xbox One, like something out of that level.
Yeah, like legit. Like, wow, that was like not on my radar.
Like in the same way that fucking Akira was announced for Street Fighter V. Like that, you have to be that surprised.
Yes, literally. You have to catch me off guard.
And kind of like when Negan got announced for
There's another one.
That's another one.
or like when 2B came to Soul Calibur 6.
That is another one. Fighting games had a good thing going.
Yeah, this two they were actually pretty good.
Although I don't know
We still got him going.
Although I think the one character you guys didn't like was what the hell's his name?
Who that?
This loses Kylo.
The guy from the guy from For Honor and Samurai Showdown.
He sucked.
Yeah, that was just straight up like you swung for the fences and you really missed.
And it's like if you're gonna, and well, the thing too that kind of like I'm like, why him? Like, why didn't you put somebody from like the I don't know the
How about fucking Soul Calibur?
or like the samurai side? Like, I wouldn't mind if that the Oni guy, the big guy with the big club.
Or how about this? How about you get someone from fucking Soul Calibur?
It would have been
Like-
smarter to do something from Soul Calibur.
Like everyone was thinking, oh well, fucking Haomaru's going to Soul Calibur. Who are they gonna put in Soul Calibur to Samurai Showdown? Nobody was expecting this because this idea was gamer word. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, if Yoshimitsu would have been the perfect character, because he's the perfect mix of character and practicality, if you ask me.
He was my
That's what
pick.
Yoshi, man.
But yeah, don't take it from me. I have a bias.
No, he was my pick. Literally, out of all the characters, I thought it would have been Yoshi.
I would have been really open to Yoshi since we have seen him fight in other games before.
Mm-hmm. He makes sense in every aspect, I feel.
Yeah.
He is a cornerstone in 2 fighting game franchises.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck else is doing that shit?
That's why, like, For Honor, and look, like, he makes sense because he at least has, like, a sword, and so it's like, it doesn't matter if, like, they did get a rep, it's just, like, the timing of it was so fucking terrible that's why people were pissed off.
Mm-hmm. And I even thought that, okay, well, maybe they did this because For Honor is going to get, like, a Samurai Showdown character. Nope! They got some random person just recently. Okay, sure, why not? This was just random as hell.
Like, totally fucking mishandled.
Like, I don't know where we were going with this one. Well, then again, they did make the move to Stadia, so there's that.
Because it'd be like, for example, like if like there's like how there's talks about like the Street Fighter like Rangers showing up in Battle for the Grid,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden they bring on like a fucking like Sam from Death Stranding, the guy that Norman Reedus plays. It's just like it'd be like, where the hell did this come from?
Or like what I said that like they should put in a character from GTA 5 into Street Fighter 5.
That was also really dumb.
That was bad, and you should feel bad. No, but yeah, I think that's it for the PlayStation versus Microsoft stuff. I mean, other than the fact that Wednesday they're gonna have their, I guess, reveal with PlayStation.
And no one's gonna be surprised. The only way that someone will be surprised about it is if it's actually cheaper than the Xbox.
Oh,
No.
I'll be shocked. In my God,
That won't be shocking. That
really?
Nope.
It'll well, good.
It won't be shocking because everyone who's already doing these speculations, hell, even Mighty Keith even said it himself. It's just like Sony is in the perfect position to be a scumbag.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, they're going to do really well off of it. Because it's like if they make it the same price as the Xbox Series Alphabet suit.
I mean, might as well be that.
I'd love to start calling it Xbox Alphabet Soup.
They did it to themselves. You might as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like if they make it the same price, people are just going to be buying PS5s over Xboxes anyway, just so they can play fucking games. If they make it cheaper,
Oof.
that money is probably gonna go right back into Sony anyway, because people will be, oh, I saved $100 by buying this superior console. I'm gonna just spend the money back on them, or they may buy, I don't know, make a pizza party or something. I don't know.
I want a pizza party.
The point being made here is just that Sony is in all. It just depends on Sony wanting to be scumbags about it or not.
And here's also the other thing too, is that it wouldn't be the first time Sony has done it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
So because I remember like Max was talking about, I believe it was like PS3, I want to say, where they deliberately made the console that much cheaper, like $100 cheaper than the Xbox, so they could purposefully screw over Xbox so that they would sell more consoles.
I feel like it wasn't the PS3 because that was when they had the ridiculous price, wasn't it?
Well, it was either the PS2 or the PS3. I legitimately can't remember.
The PS2.
It might have been like I'm saying, I don't remember.
Because PS3 was a really bad year.
Yeah, but that's what I remember though, is that like they did it before. They deliberately made the console cheaper to really screw over Xbox.
I know a dick move they could really say is that, well, you said that your console is the more powerful thing, so let's just make ours cheaper and then let that be that.
That's the thing too. If the 360, I feel if the 360 didn't have the red ring of death, they probably would have beaten Sony those few years.
I mean, they technically did in a way.
They did, but it wasn't the red ring of death. PS3 had their own issues too.
Yeah.
Oh God, fucking
yeah.
like what was it? 2014, the hack.
Yeah,
Well,
and the yellow eye.
I wasn't referring to the PSN hack, right?
That didn't help though.
I'm just saying, just the thing about dealing with hardware in general like that is just that and I don't want to say it will fail, but it can fail.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that the red ring of death for Xbox just seemed more prevalent for one reason or another, and that's just the breaks. That I don't think that has shit to do with the console war.
I'll never forget what happened to mine.
You just see one tear going down Joss's cheek.
It was so bad. Like what was I playing? Web of Shadows? And I was like in the middle of a huge boss fight, about to kill it, and it just immediately red ringed.
Oh no.
That sucked.
I was gonna say, like, my PS3 is fucking sitting in the closet because I keep forgetting to take it away to the fucking garbage dump.
Surprisingly, mine still works.
Well, we're not all that lucky.
Yeah, I mean, I gave my PS3 to some family members that really wanted it. They're just like, hey, man, you got a game console or something? They're just like, yeah, man, you can have this. However, the disc drive doesn't work.
Oof.
Yeah, I think that's what broke mine on my PS3.
It's a trade-off. You know what I mean? But I play digital games anyway because I don't want to go outside.
Yeah, that was the thing with the PS3 that broke for me, was that CD drive broke, but everything else worked.
That's why I kind of.
Yeah, I have it in the back of my mind that I can't trust like digital services.
Goes bad. So is that it for that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we can move on to Madden having the lowest score yet, aka probably the lowest Metacritic score of all time right now. So have y'all heard anything about this?
Nope.
No.
Yes, man, Madden is dog shit.
Yeah, this one in particular is the worst by far.
Let me ask, how expensive is it for your card?
For my card?
Your credit card.
Credit cards might as well be gone. I'm gonna have to pay that for years.
Are you? Do you mean like how much is it?
You're talking about microtransactions,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that might as well not even be part of the conversation. You know it's gone.
So what is it? Madden 21?
Yes.
Oh God.
So funny thing I saw on a couple of videos was that they literally didn't even bother copying and pasting right, because there's literally sections of the game that still says Madden 20.
Oh my
Are you
god!
serious?
Yes, they're legit sections to say Madden 20.
Oh my God.
You know what's funny? In Madden 20, there was some stuff that still had Madden 19 on it.
Uh-huh. It's like in the same like area. Like you go just to the right of that Madden 20, it says Madden 21. It's like, so you just were just lazy.
Fucking cash grab.
But no, like that game, I think it has like a 0.3 now, like most places.
Nice.
Like, so let me guess. I'm guessing it's like they overcharge you. Like it's buggy as all fuck. It's all copy paste. What am I missing?
Character
Madden-
creation is trash.
I didn't even know they had character creation.
Oh yeah, they've had it
was-
since. Oh, good.
Oh,
Made
it's
game.
it's 0.2 on Metacritic.
Oh, it went down. No
Gonna go
worries.
down after our scathing review.
Jesus Christ, 5,001 negative reviews.
It's that one that puts it under.
What were you saying, Eddie?
Madden is so bad it made Avengers look like Game of the Year.
Oh yeah, 110%.
Yeah.
As much shit as I gave Avengers, whole.
Fucking Sonic's getting an Oscar.
I will still bring in Avengers out of a rainy day into my house and kick Madden 21 out.
I'll make sure it's in the rain. It's really, really bad. But like the character customization, like they have so many faces for like quote white players and stuff. But when it comes to like any other ethnicity, it's like 4 or 5 different faces, and 2 of them are the same face.
Wow.
And like even on the quote white faces, like 3 or 4 of them were the same face, except for like one that had like a beard, and it was like a very straggly beard, which you can actually change off, so it doesn't make any sense regardless. What else?
I imagine that a lot of the faces look derpy.
Oh yeah, they look very derpy. Actually, I wonder if I can find that picture of like the faces. It was really bad. Almost Captain America in that other suit bad.
And then what else? The online is trash.
That,
I was gonna say, hasn't the online always been trash?
I mean, yeah, but because all I'm really trying to do is like list a bunch of things that is like, okay, so it's like these are the most obvious things that like outside of us like riffing on it and stuff. I don't know if we're gonna have that much to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's
No,
like,
this is
yeah,
a quick one.
yeah, because like we all knew that these things were gonna be there. That's why I'm trying to like list all the fucking terrible things like any Madden game would go through and assume that they're just in this game.
Same animations, heads
Yep.
missing from the players.
Oh God.
Fucking like some characters will have like fucking PS1 graphic styles, like heads or some shit.
Mm-hmm. There was one time I saw a video of like someone playing, and their character kept running out after like hitting the touchdown and went through the wall.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Oh God.
Well, there they go.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Like,
Do they?
go ahead.
I'm just looking at the picture. Let me zoom in. Cause I swear to God, those football players look like they fucking come out of like Madden '98.
That's an insult to '98.
I know
Right,
John
that-
Madden would be turning in his grave.
Oh, I just realized something too, right? Even to this day, Madden's code comes from the Madden '98 games.
Mm-hmm. They really
Really?
have not expanded it.
No, they really hadn't. They just made the graphics better and added more microtransactions. Just like we got ourselves a AAA game.
Like, you can tell in the animations, they're literally videos of 21 games and I think 16, and they are the exact same,
Yeah.
Oh god.
like to the T. And the crowd is basically JPEGs.
Just,
Yeah, like-
just them doing the same up and down arm animations. Yeah, yeah.
I want to know who are the dumbasses that keep buying these games.
Niggas.
Exactly. No other way to put it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's gonna be better this year. And it's like still the same shit. It's like, no, it's gonna be better this year.
I almost fucking wanna like for one thing I want to sell them a bridge. The other thing is like I want to fucking just check out their games collections and berate them for them.
Oh no, it's just full of 2K.
Yeah, like nothing but sports games.
2K, Call of Duty, and
Fortnite.
shit. Nah, not Fortnite. Fortnite, much to everyone's dismay, actually requires thought.
Oh damn, you're right.
Damn. Logic.
Like everyone's mind is blown.
Stonks.
Like them's the breaks. Fortnite requires thought. We just don't like it.
I know. For me, it's just I can't build for crap.
I just
Oh, yeah,
don't like
same
Battle
audio.
Royales. Oh yeah, same audio. They'll literally have the same comments.
Great football is played by great players who play great football. And if great players can't play great football, then it's not great football.
That sounds like a Charles Barkley quote.
Like, hey, at least they got like some gay pride in the fucking game.
Not on purpose. And,
I mean, yeah, right. Like, this is garbage.
yeah, the game's garbage. The series is garbage, and I don't know if it's ever gonna change. To be honest.
No,
I
as
think
long as
the-
there's like, well, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Because I was looking on Metacritic. There is one sports game that's actually not doing bad at all. It's called like F1.
F1.
I
It's
think
like a
it's like racing or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like racing.
F1 is like racing with Indy cars.
Mmm.
Yeah, that one. That one actually has a good like score on it. So it's like not. I mean, technically it's not a sport, but
No, racing is a sport. It's just not an EA sport because you know
It's not in the
It's-
game.
it's in the game. Damn it, Mooch.
but yeah, but it got an 86 and it has a 7.3. It's a lot better than Madden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Madden sucks, but Madden has always sucked.
Yeah. Well, I've never liked a lot of their sports games.
Madden sucked when they hit the PS3 era.
Mm.
I feel like some people could argue maybe even after they hit the PS2.
Nah, I liked Madden when it was on PS2. It was fun. There was no microtransactions. Couldn't buy shit.
That's
He
true.
has a point. It's sad that is a point, but he has a point.
That's a sad point.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But actually, it's funny you brought up like another sports game because it's actually been a recent sports game that is like an anime sports game. To be honest, that's actually making some pretty big waves lately.
Captain Tsubasa.
That's what it is. It's actually getting a lot of good buzz and a lot of praise. So I wonder if we're gonna see a surge, if you will, of those kind of games coming soon.
I would actually be really down for playing more sports games if they go like if they have like over the top features and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of my favorite like Nintendo titles is an actual like soccer game.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that they don't take it realistic. They fucking go like over the top with it. They have like fucking these super shots that like you can literally tackle people and fucking hit like beat up players enough so that they're unconscious. You can have like a field where like there's literal rocks and trees in the way, and if you can trip on them and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's hectic as all hell, but it's fun as all hell.
Mm-hmm.
And that game's from like the late '80s, early '90s.
Makes sense. Yeah, I think that if they do stuff like that, that'll be pretty interesting going forward.
Yeah, like that's what sports games need.
Mm. Instead, we get the same animations from 5 years ago.
Oh my god.
Well, and luckily too, Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters 1 and 2 are doing pretty well.
That they are doing pretty well.
So hopefully there's a good sports game now.
Yeah.
Even if there's some unrealistic things about it, but
you're looking for like the unrealism. Like that's how you make a sports game better.
yeah.
In a video game is you make it unrealistic.
I want it to be fun, not paper, dry wood or something.
Not basically turning on Sports Center.
If I wanted to do that, I turn on the TV to Sports Center.
And it's fucking free.
But no, yeah, Madden sucks. Don't get it.
Like we have to tell you, if you listen to this podcast, you're smart enough to not get it.
Yeah, get Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters 1 and 2. They're a better deal.
Mm-hmm. But I guess we can move on to our final topic. Well, outside of like any smaller ones, which is, should Leffen truly be able to voice his opinion on Tekken?
Now, who is Leffen?
I know he's a Smash player.
Yes,
I
he is.
forget if he's melee or if he's like overall.
He's more overall now, but he used to be more melee. Basically, it's considered more of a troll, to be honest, back in the day.
Oh wait, he's a Swedish player, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay, I think I remember now. He took down some famous Smash gods back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's pretty big known in Smash in Smash community.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't say like recently, because he's actually been doing streams for a while now. He's been getting into Tekken more lately. And he's kind of been like calling out Tekken, saying that it's not really a good game. What was another thing? Like, Eddie, you've seen the main man's video, haven't you?
He's
Edward, no.
You said "come on" too many times.
Damn it. You hate to see it. But
He's probably like muted or something. Let me see.
yeah, he's muted.
Yeah. Okay. So keep going.
But basically, he was kind of just ragging on the game a bit. But I mean, he had some very interesting points, like how certain characters felt cheaper than others. Kind of basic points you would put in like fighting games, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was saying, like, what? There are broken characters?
Although, to be honest, some of his points led to things that was kind of like, I don't think you are. I think you're going at this the wrong way, like saying that certain moves seem like impossible to deal with, when in reality, all he had to do was duck on some of these moves.
Yeah.
But I think because of who he has been in the past, a lot of people didn't take too kindly to him talking about the game, because they think his point is kind of trash. And to the point where they've been kind of cyberbullying him a little bit.
All right, that's where I can draw the line. It's like, okay, the guy made kind of a stupid review. That's it. Like, you don't need to.
I feel like it's not even I wouldn't even call it a stupid review. It's just like a one that hasn't been properly researched at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I think part of the problem why he's getting criticized is that like he's making comparisons to like basically like to Smash, and people are saying, you know, like this is this is not that kind of game.
Yeah.
And so is like, well, go ahead.
Well, I was like, it seems like from my understanding, I wasn't fully there when he did the entire thing, but from my understanding, he was making, of course, like you said, a lot of comparisons to Smash, almost to make it so that Smash was always going to be the more superior game in some aspect or form. And it's like you can't really do that because they're two different games.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, he's gonna whether or not he knows he's doing it, the game's gonna have he's gonna have bias as well.
Mm-hmm. But it was like, and then of course, like a lot of this stuff comes from the hellhole itself, Reddit, where a lot of people were just like completely disregarding his opinion, saying he's trash at the game, and a bunch of other things. Which, keep in mind, like I always say that rank isn't doesn't really mean anything, but this guy is up there in ranks. Like he's like in the blue ranks at this point. So he has some form of knowledge. You can't disregard him completely.
No.
But then they were also kind of like going at him, saying he was also like a trash player in general, that him trolling in the past really makes it so that his opinion really doesn't matter. Among other things, and things that I cannot say on the stream because I'll be doing a lot of editing.
And I feel like what's happening with Leffen, it kind of brings up like the most toxic aspect because like we can kind of agree that every community has some level of toxicity, and sometimes it like in some specific shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like apparently like Smash's new one is that it's full of pedophiles.
Oops, all pedophiles.
No.
And one of and like I mean like or like another one, even if it's not like it's still esports, like fucking how like you'll have like a lot of racism and sexism in like shooting games.
Mm-hmm.
One like the biggest weakness that I've been made aware by you and Eddie when we were talking about like communities one time is that Tekken seems to have a problem with elitism.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this Leffen situation is really bringing to surface like Tekken's public weakness, I'm gonna call it, like something that they really need to work on, which is like unfortunately the Tekken community can be kind of have a big elitist mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like, of course, they're trying to do anything they can to devalue Leffen's opinion because you never know. Like I haven't seen like what he said. I've heard about this though. But like maybe he has like made a point or two that is legit, but because of people's like trying to devalue his opinion because he's not a Tekken player, it's all right. Is like that's like the elitism showing up.
Mm-hmm. But like I would like to bring up like a quote he said on Twitter, real quick as we go forward, which is Tekken top players / community figureheads are fine. But Tekken Reddit / Twitch chat / Twitter is legitimately the single worst crowd I have ever fucking experienced. And I called Kingdom Hearts 3 a 3 out of 10 game on release while not playing the mobile games.
Yeah, because the community would, if you were in the Kingdom Hearts community, people would go after you for not playing all the games.
Yes.
They would
they also fucking act smug as shit.
Yeah.
But the point is, it's stream monsters are getting to them.
Yes.
TLDR.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Anakin or anybody like that or JDCR. It's just like calling them dog shit for having an opinion about the game. The game ain't perfect.
No, it's not. Not by a long shot.
Nope.
But it was, and also to add on, it was never perfect. Never can be, never even close to being a perfect game.
No game is.
It's just, and I also think that the stream monsters are probably coming down on him harder because he hasn't put in the time yet.
Yeah, but like that's part of like why I say it's the elitism showing up because like how many times have we seen like for example like a quote unquote like wunderkind like fucking showing up, like say like that kid that made it to like what was it, like top 16 or something like that in Marvel 3. Like everyone was cheering on for that kid, you know. So Like there's a case of like people cheering on like an underdog coming out of nowhere, but fucking Leffen getting shit. A because he's a Smash player, and B because he hasn't put in the time. Like those are bullshit.
Hold on now.
Mm.
Stop pleasuring yourself and make your
Yeah,
point.
boy.
That's what I thought.
Moops is a Smash player. His opinion is invalid.
When's the last time you saw me stream Smash?
That's a great question, man. I don't know. Or so it's a part of your history, so therefore it doesn't count. I don't.
He's retreating. He can't make it now.
Nah, I just wanted to give you give you a hard time. But,
Yeah, I know.
but more to that point, I think it's because top player. Leffen's a top player, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a top player. He's a top player in Smash. He's also a top player in Fighters, isn't he?
Yes, at least he was in the beginning. I don't know if he still plays it now.
Right. And you know what it is. You know what I think it is. If I was thinking like a stream monster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm thinking it's because he's not he doesn't think of Tekken in a top player mentality.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he just started the game up and he's already complaining about shit.
Mm-hmm.
If he was to think about getting better at Tekken the way he got better at Smash, because he wasn't a Smash god overnight. He wasn't a Dragon Ball Fighters god overnight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? These shits take time. Smash, while it's a casual ass game, it takes a good amount of time to get decent at. And that's just for any game that has even a remote amount of competitive aspect to it. You're not going to get great over time. It takes time. It takes the time to sit down, learn, think about mistakes and all that. And
it takes time to make things go right.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm thinking another major reason why damn near all of the Tekken community is giving him a hard time about it is because when he's talking about Tekken, he's not even thinking about it as like a mid player's aspect. He's putting too high of a standard on himself too soon.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, and he's like I am a god at fighting games. I'm not a god at this fighting game, so therefore something is wrong with this.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm thinking that's what they think. He's saying that like, there's something wrong with Tekken. It's kind of like when you're playing Among Us and it's like somebody like you get away with a clean kill, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like they come to the right answer, but they use the wrong solution.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not going about it logically. He's not taking it slow or one day at a time. He's just like, my name is Leffen. I'm a fighting game god. I'm not a god at Tekken immediately. Therefore, Tekken is not a good game to play.
Mm-hmm.
And the community's all shitting on him. People give the main man shit all the time, but he's been playing Tekken for 20, 30 years. He's been playing Tekken all his life.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of give him a reprieve for that, but the stream monsters still bother him.
Mm-hmm. And that, unfortunately, that's just stream monsters being stream monsters.
Yes.
Yep.
But I'm thinking this Leffen thing is like the difference between everybody else and Leffen is that Leffen is literally a world champion in a different game. So he got the competitive aspect down, but he doesn't have the shit. Sometimes my shit don't work. I'm still learning.
Mm-hmm.
I only been playing this game for like 3 days. Of course, I ain't gonna be the best at it.
Mm-hmm.
But because he's Leffen and because he has the ego that he has, he thinks of himself as a Tekken World Tour champion while not even lapping all the characters yet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Which I would say, like, another perfect example of the opposite of this would be Sonic Fox.
Okay.
Because, like, Sonic Fox has gotten into Tekken as well, but he has definitely not gotten into this kind of way about it. He's sitting down. He's learning the things. He's asking questions. He's not really like just pointing out, oh, this is wrong, and because of that, this is a bad game. It's like, no, he's actually learning the game.
Yeah, and he also has some legacy skill involved too.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't play, he doesn't play him as much. It's probably not his favorite, but that's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
He's sitting. I'm sorry, they are sitting down and they're playing this game. They're sitting down and labbing shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sanic Facts has, they've literally done streams where they have just been in the lab the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Just nothing but lab stream. I do lab streams. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like taking the time to go and try to make shit work and try to figure shit out is something that Leffen isn't doing. All he's doing is just getting on, eating snake edges, and then complaining that the game is bad.
Yeah, like it's stuff like that that also doesn't really help his cause. It's because it'll be literally things that he'll get hit by. It's like that's stupid and broken. It's like, well, if you just sidestepped or if you just ducked,
Right.
that's all you really need to do. It's not really broken.
I don't want to bring in. I don't want to make it as like a reason why he's not doing good, but he's also not thinking about the game in a 3D aspect.
Mm-hmm.
He's been playing 2D fighters where it's just like, okay, you block, and then you block and punish, or you interrupt. He's not thinking about, well, why don't I just move over to the side?
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't had to apply his brain in situations like that. He never thought that, well, I can, as opposed to like just blocking and then eating it, or blocking it and punishing, or just eating something. He's just like, well, why don't I just completely avoid it?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I've been talking a lot.
No problem.
So it's just like it's just, this is a brand new concept to him. It's kind of like how, well, for me in particular, I've been playing 3D fighters. The fuck, like I just block mids, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know I could crouch block mids when I was playing Mortal Kombat. There's overheads. The fuck's an overhead?
Mm-hmm.
Overheads are broken.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I never really needed to use my brain in a 2D aspect. I always used it in a 3D aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, so as I started playing more and more 2D fighters, since I play in like a nice solid mixture of both, and I've put in enough time for them, it's just like I understand that if I'm playing the 3D game, I can sidestep. If I'm playing Soul Calibur and someone's just tossing out verticals, I'm gonna sidestep that shit all day long.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just I don't want to say that Leffen lacks critical thinking. It's just that it's different. It's a different level, a different type of critical thinking that he's not doing.
He's working out a different muscle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would agree.
I feel like it's a little bit of column A, column B.
Mm.
But that's why I say the community is shitting on him extra hard because of that. That you're a top player. You're better. Like the Stream Monsters are giving them shit because Leffen's better than the Stream Monsters, and the Stream Monsters know these rules.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they're not perfect at it, they're just like, okay, well, I mean, I ate a snake edge. It happens. But to say that I got hit by a snake edge, I can't see a snake edge. Can't see a snake edge is bullshit.
Yeah, that is kind of bullshit.
You know what I mean? To say Lee's Wall Rising 3 series is broken, and no, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Like people like you and me, Jazz, if we catch a Lee doing that, they're just like, oh man, you throwing.
Yeah, it's like, why are you doing this? Why would you do this to yourself?
But at the same time, more to my point, we think like that because we've been thinking like that. He hasn't been thinking like that.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as he starts thinking like that and just relaxing first and foremost,
which I think is the thing he really doesn't do often.
Jess, question.
Mm-hmm.
Does Leffen have like anybody that he practices Tekken with, or is he just like him going online and then just making assumptions?
So I've seen him practice with some people, but it's nobody I really know. Like maybe outside of Anakin once, I think I've seen him play with somebody like really notable. But all these other people, I think, are like his friends or people he knows in the Smash community. Because yeah, I've seen him practice like offline with somebody, and they just kind of go at it and kind of talk about things. But really, outside of that, not really. I don't think. I think it's just
Yeah.
him kind of learning as he goes.
Right, because I mean, like, I honestly feel like a lot of things would get overall better if he had like more, if he had just like a Tekken player to guide him into like learning this into learning this stuff.
Which I agree with that because I remember him talking to this other guy, who I don't know who he was.
Man, you
Maybe
cut.
he's.
Yeah, you cut off super bad. You remembered what?
I remember him talking to this other guy in his stream, like as he was playing with like offline. I don't know who he was. I no idea, but I remember him saying something that I was like, "That's not true." And I feel like the times I'm not always there when it streams, but I feel like he might be getting fed wrong information as well from these people he talks to.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? It was something about
Kazuya being
Josie.
top tier.
That was something too that happened about Kazuya being top tier. Because of his vortex.
Yes.
And I remember saying to myself, that's not fully true. It's like if you sidestep left, you can get out of that. But I remember the person was feeding him that like so much. It's just like, okay, you're getting taught by the wrong person.
Oh man, that reminds me. Oh, I'm going off topic for a bit, but there was somebody who there was an Akuma apologist, right? Those filthy bastards.
I don't want to. I think you're talking about the one that was like shitting on Main Man, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
they tried to use a perfect electric as an excuse versus a Akuma down three. Oh, oh, person's transgender too, so I'm saying they. I don't know their fucking pronouns, right?
Yeah.
I don't really care. Person's a dummy, bro.
So what he's just doing like down into Shoryuken, right?
No, they were talking about how down three is a low. You can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's +7 on block.
Mm-hmm.
And how woe is me that I have a +7 low, where Tekken characters have -12 lows, and we're just like, well, yeah, that's great. It's magnificent. Like, I would love to have a -12 low, right? And to say it's just like, how is that not fair when Kazuya can literally punish people at -13 with an electric?
Yeah, that's stupid.
And they also didn't know that electric also has variable frames to it, because it's between 13 at perfect to 15 at normal.
Mm-hmm.
So they were just completely clueless about that and didn't take that into consideration at all. And once we saw that, we're just like, yeah, we're done talking to this person.
Okay, because I didn't see the video, but what I heard from it, I thought he was talking about the down 3 into Shoryuken into FADC. That's what I thought he was talking about. If he's talking about the that kind of plus frame stuff, yeah, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Well, D3 into an FADC, sure, you can with meter, right?
Yeah, with meter, because that's the only way you can really do it is with meter.
Exactly, but they were saying just like, but down 3 is just +7, and I can't get anything off of it. You're still +7.
Yeah, like if that's what his point was or their point was, yeah, that's the dumbest person I think I've ever heard of. Well, outside of the other guy that kind of makes fun of him.
Yeah, it was not a good look.
Okay, yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, that person's dumb. I'm sorry. I thought he was making the point of the FADC. It's like, okay, I can kind of see his point to an extent if that's what it was talking, because that's what it was told to me. I haven't seen the video yet. But if that's the case, jeez.
It was not a good look.
Yeah, that's not a good look at all. I would love to have like a +7 low.
I would like my character to have good lows. That's it. Good lows.
But yeah, no, that's just bad. But I guess by the end of this, I would say that maybe Leffen, like we've basically said before, should probably put more time into the game before he really delves into stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
Though I will say that I do wonder how this will affect maybe other players from other communities coming into Tekken.
It won't be. I don't think it'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if they're using Leffen as the person to get them into the game, they're already using the wrong person, and
Mm-hmm.
not because Leffen is the wrong person, but because Leffen is also being taught by the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like it's wrong from the top.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of mismatched pieces.
Yes,
Yeah.
because it's like if you ask anybody that's been playing Tekken for a while, the first thing that they'll probably tell you, this game is rough.
Mm-hmm. This game's not easy.
Like it's not, it ain't Virtual Fighter difficult, but it's pretty fucking difficult.
Jesus. As much as I miss that game, I don't miss the difficulty of that game.
Which is funny because I had more enjoyment with Virtual Fighter than I do with Tekken.
Oh, I do too. I absolutely love Virtua Fighter. You give me a Virtua Fighter 6, I'm right on that game.
Like I could.
That's how he's gonna get his PS5.
Like I've done more stuff like combo wise in Virtual Fighter than I ever did in Tekken,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird.
Yeah, outside of that, like Tekken it's gonna take some time. You're gonna have to like put some time into it.
Yes.
Yep.
And I'm just wondering if Leffen will actually do that, or is he just gonna keep complaining?
Or is he just gonna stay inside of his own head and
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Maybe he might just be a complainer.
Mm.
or this might be a complainer, yeah.
Lord knows I am.
No.
I don't know, man. You complain about some shit that kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It's actually kind of funny thinking about it, because I'm thinking about other people who've kind of come from their game to Tekken and their experiences doing it, because a lot of the ones that came to mind are people from Mortal Kombat, so like Ninja Killa and Scar,
Yeah.
and they didn't have the same problem Leffen had. In fact, Ninja Killa's talk about competing in the game.
Oh man, you know what? If Ninja Killer, no, I'm sorry. If Leffen would have, I want to see Leffen play Mortal Kombat and see how he deals with that.
I doubt he ever will.
I feel like the reason why the Mortal Kombat players didn't have a lot of difficulty is because I feel like Mortal Kombat and Tekken kind of have that same button sequences for combos.
I can't imagine that that's why.
I feel like it'd be more than that.
Because like that'd be someone saying like a Marvel 3 player could also learn to play Tekken, which I don't think that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Like not in the same like transition.
I think honestly, it's a mentality thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Ninja Killer and Scar, you see those dudes and you're just like, God damn, I have their children.
No.
Too much. I think I make a good point here. It's a mentality thing.
Although I feel like
So you have their children.
if you wanna get into Dragon Ball Fighters, or if you're a player that played Ultimate MVC 3 and wants to get into Dragon Ball Fighters, I don't think it'd be that hard.
No.
Not super hard. There is still some shifting you have to get used to, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, like the mechanics.
I think the point is that there was always going to be shifting.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be shifting that you have to do. I think it's a mentality thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I was strictly a Tekken player and I couldn't play anything else. So I tried to treat every game like Tekken because I'm decent at Tekken. So I'm like, I should be decent at these other games.
Then someone said Kamala.
And this someone said, no,
That's all he had to say.
What it took for me was to get my head out of my own ass and then sit down and learn the game, because that's what I did for Tekken, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I found the game, like when I did that for Mortal Kombat, right? My Mortal Kombat improvements started going up.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm doing this with Soul Calibur, and I'm like, look at me, I'm getting kicked out of lobbies again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dang, nice.
Oh yeah, man. Like people don't like losing to Yoshimitsu.
Or Keelik. Like, this is the worst character in the game. Get the fuck out of here.
I like even if I lost, I'd still probably be kicked since I used Nightmare.
Oh, now? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely now.
Like Nightmare's like getting real close to being banned.
No. I just pick him because I think he looks cool. That's all. Don't bully me.
Sorry, man. You might have to get bullied.
Oh no.
Like, but even then, like, it's a mentality thing. Once you take that, like that, I'm good at fighting games mentality. Lose that into I'm learning this game mentality. I think anybody can be great.
Mhm.
Yeah. Although I will say that I think that like that's the best advice we could give anybody when it comes to like learning a totally different style of fighting game. Say like for going from like a 2D like 4-button game to like I don't know like something as complex as like a virtual fighter or something like that, you know, and everything in between. The only thing that we might not be able to fully comprehend though is like where Leffen is coming from, primarily because like one aspect that Eddie said is that like he's used to like getting like recognition and accolades for his for his other gameplay. So who knows how long it'll take before he learns the lesson of like, you know, get your head out of your ass and learn this is a totally different game.
Mhm.
Because it could be one of two things where it's either he does get his head out of his ass, or the other one where he's just like his head so far up his ass that he just decides to drop the game without actually learning how to play it.
Mhm.
And
I'd say the latter.
and see, here's the thing though, right? Another streamer who played Tekken for a little while they were learning it was Forsen.
Mm.
But Forsen came to the game and he played Katarina,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
And even then, Forsen, someone who's a big streamer, right?
Mhm.
Forsen has never played a fighting game in his life, and he went with fucking Tekken, and he managed to find a way to have fun.
Mhm.
And and then he got to a point where it's just like, okay, well, he wanted to try a Horon after that, after he like had a few hundred games with Katarina, and he's just like, oh shit,
Mhm.
like he had that oh boy moment, like okay, this game is something.
It's kind of funny you like bring that up too, because there was another one that Majin Obama was talking about.
Uh
That it was like some girl, like some big streamer girl. She was
huh.
just getting into the Guilty Gear beta.
Um, that was Bunny Ayumi, I think.
Yeah, her.
Uh huh.
Didn't know a single thing about like anime fighters or anything like that, and just to watch her learn and be like, aha, okay, and like get better as it go along. Because I actually watched a little bit more after the fact of his stream, and she was actually doing good things. As I think she was playing Mai.
Right.
Not Mai, May. Um, but yeah, it was like it's interesting to see like these people like really have that quote, like you said, mindset of really wanting to like learn versus like I guess what Leffen's doing at this very moment, they're like just being salty about it. Like, I'm trying to think of another one actually that was like that.
I think like that's still the biggest thing though. Like this is the crossroads where Leffen's at. It's either he's gonna he's gonna learn to change his mindset or he's just gonna quit. And whichever way it goes, I think because like this is part of the reason why I said earlier, like, you know, I think it's a little bit of column A and column B when it comes to Leffen, because he's gonna have detractors from the Tekken community. And how long he and I mean, I know the Smash community can be pretty toxic, but how long he can put up with that before he shows it like any progress is also like another thing too. You know, it's like it's a lot of like little parts moving together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is there anything else we wanted to put on that one?
Nah, man.
No, I think what was said needed to be said.
Peanut butter.
Yeah. But
Oh God, no.
I guess you can get into quote smaller stories, which was actually something I was going to bring up in the Avengers thing, but I was not going to do it because I technically had to go into a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima for that.
Oh, right, that.
Which was they announced a co-op for it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they did. It's gonna. I think it's gonna be free.
Mm-hmm. Completely free. And it's gonna have a 2-player mode and a 4-player mode with like raids and stuff. Um, it's gonna be into. What? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I saw that at like a GameStop, and I'm like, okay, this is what'll bring me into Ghost of Tsushima.
Well, I was actually gonna ask you, would that be something to actually, if you didn't buy it already, would this be a thing to finally make you buy the game?
Like that's why I purposely like didn't watch any spoilers. Like I watched little gameplays of it, but that's about it. So that way I didn't like spoil myself with the story.
Hmm.
And then when I saw the co-op thing, I'm like, okay, I think I'll buy this game the next time I get paid.
Hmm.
I already wanted to get the game. I just can't afford it,
Which is very fair.
and because it just seems like a really good game to play.
It's like literally 9 out of 10 for me. Which I don't know if I ever actually gave a review of why that is. But yeah.
Yeah, like, don't talk about it. But
Yeah.
like even then, with it having, it was already a good game to play by yourself. So I'm assuming like the co-op will be just imagine raiding a Mongolian base, right? And you're just like, oh my god, it's you, and then you look to your right, and it's your best fucking friend.
Well, it's funny you say that because I'm sure that's going to be in there. But I also wonder where else they're going to go because it seems like this is also going to be kind of supernatural in a way as well.
Yeah, maybe.
So maybe not only you're doing a Mongolian base, maybe you're fighting demons of some sort as well.
You cut off
Uh,
super bad.
I was saying that not only you're fighting a demon, you might be fighting demons as well, basically.
Wow.
The one thing, and I know like, DLC could ruin the game, but I would pay to have it where I could replace my guy's sword with Sly Cooper's cane.
Hmm.
That would be like easy 10 out of 10 for me.
Hmm.
Just slicing people with Sly Cooper's cane.
Which is basically like a scythe.
Pretty much.
It's gonna be interesting because there's gonna be like 4 different types you can play. The Ronin, Assassin. I forgot what the other 2 were, but they're different types you can literally play. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm definitely going to be interested in it, and if I have peeps to play with, I'll probably play that on stream. Didn't play the game itself because I didn't want to be spoiled.
Of course.
But yeah, that's going to be interesting to do. There was something else on the stuff I was going to put, but I can't remember what it was. Do y'all have anything?
Only thing I can add is just that I did buy a new PC as of late, and
Nice.
yeah, because this one, like this PC that I'm talking to you guys with right now, is about 8 years old
Oof.
and it's still going strong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But yeah, like I had bought a new PC. It's gonna be here between like the 21st and a couple days after that because COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to see what I can do with that one. There's another PC that I have my eyes on, like an Origin PC.
Mm-hmm.
Not my end goal, but my 2 goals after I get this PC is to build my own and or get that Origin PC.
Hmm. As long as you don't get that one from Walmart, I think it's the it's something powered. It might be overpowered or something.
Oh no, this ain't from Walmart. Luckily,
Yeah, just stay away from that brand.
you, Cyber Power.
Cyber powered. That's what it was.
No, the PC that I gave to Ghost Loki the God, right?
Hmm.
That's a Cyber Power PC.
That's the Walmart brand.
Cyber Power isn't a Walmart brand.
No,
It's
the
a
one I'm particular talking is a Walmart brand.
It's branded by fucking Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know how to feel about that one.
Like, there's a reason Walmart knows those prices because they fucking use the cheapest shit.
True. But yeah, like that. Outside of that, like I got more uploads that I'm working on.
Nice, nice.
hmm I will be walking away now. Be right back.
Alrighty. I can't really think of the other thing. So I guess I'll just ask y'all if y'all have seen the Roshi stuff.
If what?
Have you seen the Roshi stuff?
Oh,
I haven't, mostly because he comes out on Tuesday, and since I got the season pass, I might as well just wait.
Hmm.
yeah. Well, I haven't bought the third one yet. The third pass. I mean,
Hmm.
I want to wait because I don't know. The characters don't really pop out at me. Like I want to wait to see like hopefully maybe if what was it, Android 13?
Super 13, yeah.
If Super 13 or maybe Omega Shinron makes it in.
I think Omega Shenron was in the leaks.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, like for Roshi, although because I am curious about the whole fact that he doesn't have a dash, which also, if you know Dragon Ball, that's stupid.
Oh, yeah, you need a dash.
Well, no, I mean, like, if you know that, like the series itself, you know that Roshi still can fly just because he doesn't have
Yeah.
the fucking flying attack doesn't mean that he can't fucking fly.
I mean, technically, doesn't his turtle like do something where it'll like jet off into the sky?
He has a turtle shell that can do that, but it's not like the turtle that talks that you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, he could have used that to fly. But I mean, I'll know what I think of him when I get my hands on him on Tuesday.
Hmm. Fair enough. I've seen some things. He looks interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'm not surprised that, like, I think it's like his max power, like, Kamehameha is like the fucking level 3, so I'm not surprised about that either.
Hmm. No, I don't know because they didn't show it, but there was something they showed. I'm very curious when he comes out that I want to see happen.
What was that?
It's something about his Mafuba.
Okay.
Now, as you've probably guessed, like when he does it, he automatically takes whatever carries it out and snaps another one in. But the thing is, what I was seeing is that it makes it so that the snapped person then literally can't call anyone else back for like a long time. I wonder if that was just some kind of weird glitch thing that was happening, or. But
who knows? Like, I think we'll know when he's out.
But outside of that, I think that's really all I had for smaller topics. Yeah. Unless y'all have anything. Oh wait, there was one like super small thing. The Prince of Persia remake looks trash to me. I'm sorry.
I need to see the trailer.
Well, his face doesn't help. His
He's
face.
got Chun-Li's face.
He's
Yeah,
got
like,
Chun-Li face.
He looks so ugly. Like the girl looks fine. Like the girl actually looks really good. But then like you look at the prince, he's just like has this like dumb confounded look on his face. Like what? Like he kind of looks like a fish.
Damn.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass.
I would probably wait for reviews. If I wasn't even gonna get it. I mean, because I could, since I never played the first one. But, I mean, I still need to, like, fucking see how it plays out ultimately.
Well, luckily they just showed the alpha build, so hopefully the finished product will look a lot better.
Yeah, but now that, like, the whole face is out in the ether, like, gamers will never let it go.
It's not a close up, but.
Let me see. It looks like those fucking cheap Christian movies that Saber Spark watches.
Exactly. Like, why?
It's like the only thing that's missing is that like one song, the Our God.
Exactly.
God.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like the more I think about it, it looks a little Marvel Infinite engine.
Oh
no.
no.
Oh God, no.
The lighting, the look, like all that stuff. Yeah, it's giving me those vibes.
All we need to do is just have them like say their names to each other like every 5 seconds.
So acknowledge that this is a crossover.
Princess.
Princess.
I don't even remember what the lady character's name was.
Yeah,
She's
I
just
don't
barely in
either.
it. Like in the original game, like it was mainly him just going through a lot of things, and she was like at the beginning and the end.
It's like they'll be saying their names so much that Kaneda and Tetsuo will be like, "Dang,
Fucking chill.
Chun-Li, Captain Marvel. So you just gotta take our thing. No, that was all I had then.
Yeah, I don't really have much. I've had to like the most exciting things that I've had to do is pretty much just like buy new hard drives because one I needed to replace my fucking PlayStation 4, and another one is because like I've been hearing my like laptop make some like noises that don't make me feel comfortable, especially since it's 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought a hard drive, an external hard drive, so that I could back up all the data.
Fair enough.
And I've mostly been playing BioShock.
As far as myself, I'm doing some more Tekken Legacy things. The last two parts of Tekken 6 will come out this week, and then we'll really like do 2 halves for Tekken 7, and then that'll be it for the Legacy, and then I'll be start doing some things for Soul Calibur. Me and Eddie have talked about like maybe doing some collab stuff, so I'll be looking into that.
Yeah.
Thought that was Venom for a second.
No.
Yeah, I'm working on the Soul Calibur guides. I'm working on God Eater 3 cinematic videos.
Are we doing plugs?
More as well. We're at the end.
Yeah, it's because it almost sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've also been playing Phantasy Star Online 2 on my PC.
Nice.
Yeah.
nice, very nice."
Because if we're doing plugs, then I should get a chance to do mine properly. Because I've been working on the I think this is most likely gonna be like well, maybe not the last one, but I'm working on my next Street Fighter 5 compilation. It's taking me a while because like I still need it's still kind of a pain for me to get like the right gifts and shit, like or at least like the shit that I like. So it's taking me a while, but I am still working on it. I'm like about a third of the way through, and then I've actually been able to get like a proper streaming schedule going. I go from 9 Pacific Standard to 11 on my Twitch. So if anybody wants to come boo at me, you can go ahead. Twitch TV, Mrmoopsy, and I'll keep you guys updated on any updates for the videos that I've got. That's about all I got.
Buff Scarlet.
Okay, add that to my list. Let's see. Buff.
Well, for me, my YouTube is still Venom87542. I've gotten farther in the Little Nightmares DLC, and so hopefully I'll start. I've been uploading, so hopefully I can finish it and then start the next game I'm thinking of doing, which might be either Remothered Tormented Fathers or this one game I bought called Black the Fall. But I'm not sure yet. So, and I can't do Observer because apparently they're going to release a better version of it when the PS5 and new Xbox come out, which kind of pisses me off because it's going to have more story stuff. So it's
Oof.
like, well, screw me. So yeah.
I see. Well,
See, I censored myself.
all
He's
right.
learning.
He is learning.
Oh yeah, also just so that there's no confusion, on my streams I've been playing Witcher 3. BioShock is just something I'm playing up by myself.
The day
When
you're
I-
going to play the Neo DLC? That's the real question.
When I get some fucking cash,
You
if
should.
you want to pay for it, then go ahead.
You shouldn't play it.
Why not?
I the only one, well, like we had this conversation where apparently like in Neo that a lot of the DLC feels like it's not like it feels disconnected. But that's for Jazz. For Eddie, it's Jazz told me to play like the DLC because there's apparently like in one of the DLCs you fight a descendant in the Hayabusa clan, and that shit got me hyped up. So I actually kind of do want to get at least just that DLC.
Okay, that's hype, but that nigga's difficult.
Like the
It's
rest of
Neo.
the game?
It's all difficult.
Nah, like there's two types of difficult, right? Well, actually, it's all pretty difficult, but it's when you fight the descendant of the Hayabusa clan, at least you're playing Neo. The other type of difficulty that I personally had a problem with was them buffing the enemies to the point where you're not even playing again. They're not following Neo rules.
Right.
Like
Well, good.
Like Avengers.
They're not playing Neo.
Where are my powers? Where's my ninja?
they're not playing Neo in the sense that like there's a stamina system. The enemy has stamina. You can blow out their stamina and they're just like, I don't know, whatever, dog.
It's a living.
But like Jazz and I were mentioning though, it's just like it's just the Hayabusa clan DLC that I would be getting. All the other stuff I'd be fucking leaving alone.
Well, whichever one has that, go for it.
Yeah. But I also I'm telling Jazz too, I'm broke as shit.
Good luck.
Good luck, my friend. But nope, I think that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty, as always, have a wonderful month, everyone. And
Thank you
safe.
very much for listening.
Same.
Fuck Kamala.
Famous last words. All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Sanitizer like it's holy water.
And wear a damn mask. All right. Later, everybody.
And we are out.
We are indeed out.